What's up, ladies and gents? If you're here, anybody here? Yeah, just chilling. Busy day today. I was a little tired, but you know what? It's St. Patrick's Day weekend, so slanja and time to man up and buckle up and keep going. Grab myself by my bootstraps and get her done. Nobody's here yet. I'm just chilling. You know what? I might as well dig into this. It's been sitting here for a little bit while I was getting ready. Oof, yeah. Mm, mm, mm. And yes, if anybody noticed from last night, I am wearing the same shirt. It is clean as I was last night. Everybody likes this shirt. Oh, look at this. Jigs is going. Man, I might as well just get on Jigs' stream. I don't even know why I'm doing my own. This is stupid. Hey, there he is. Sorry, I was on Jigs. I was
And
watching.
I know.
There's nothing going on in my stream, so I was watching jigs, and I'm like,
I just think
it's
you're
all right.
funny. You're like, I'm gonna go live. I don't know what I'm gonna say. There's nobody on backstage,
Dude,
but I'm gonna go for
I got no plans. I got no
it. No, but I'm like,
backstage.
you're instantly regretting it. The second you're on, you're like,
Oh
oh, I
no.
should just get on Jigs' stream. I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, I got you.
I'm like,
No,
I
no,
don't think anybody knew you were going live at what time until
no, but
second. They
hey,
weren't ready.
no, I appreciate you joining me though. Thank you, sir.
My pleasure, man. I've been working hard. I've earned this.
Hello. Jameson 18, the best Irish whiskey I've ever had in my life. So
Ooh,
far. So far.
bold statement.
So far. I mean,
Wow.
Redbreast is great. I love Redbreast, but
I'm just going with the regular here, so
James,
I'm
I mean,
I'm poor
that's
manning
solid. So imagine that, but with like no bite and a little bit
it.
more buttery, biscuity flavor, and just
I did the.
yeah.
I think I tried their cask mates, where it's
Ooh.
like it's the whiskey brewed in the barrels they use for the Guinness, and
So you
that
know
was
what?
delicious.
I finally tried that orange tonight.
Ooh,
And that was selling at the bar like hotcakes. My buddy, he just opened a bar a couple times, actually out in the middle of nowhere.
okay,
But yeah, I was trying that, and that's actually pretty good. It's just Jameson with a little bit of orange, you know. It's nice.
nice.
Yeah. We got another person backstage. This man needs no introduction, just like John. Another DC fan. Boom, Mark, Legion of Comics. What's up,
I'll
buddy?
accept an introduction.
Don't. I mean, if I
Oh
had
wait.
one prepared, I'll have
Okay.
to. It'll take a while. Thank you for hanging out, buddy.
Yeah, I wanted to stop by first a little bit before I have to go to bed. It's my work weekend, and
Yep. I'm just hanging out with my girlfriends up here, you know.
John,
Exactly.
you got it tucked in for the weekend.
Hey, whatever they like, I aim to please.
You got to keep that beard happy. I get you.
Exactly.
How's y'all's
Sugar,
day
my
going?
sugar daddy. I've been working in the garage all day long, so cleaning it out, reorganizing stuff, doing man stuff, I guess.
Man
Do
stuff.
you feel manly?
I'm not
You
going to
look
put on
manly.
pretenses. I read comic books and have a YouTube channel. I'm not going to qualify myself.
Man's
I think
man.
you should.
Yeah,
How else will we know if
exactly.
John's manly today? The beard, the liquor,
Yep.
the check.
The wisdom.
Oof, now we're
History
getting
knowledge.
risky with these statements.
After this morning, I assume he's a witch doctor. He's healing his child's broken
Right.
foot, sprained
Right.
foot,
Exactly.
With herbs.
herbs with an H.
Just
Pardon.
tie them right on the wound.
Honey,
That's
get more of
rose.
the kale.
If nothing else, they're going to taste delicious when they die.
Yeah, just rub some kale on it.
Oh my god.
No, the garage. I'm very pumped. The garage looks amazing. Fit more stuff in it, and the workbench is actually like usable again. I don't know about you guys. The workbench seems to be the like let's put crap here space at my
Yeah.
house. So
That's all flat surfaces for my house.
sure.
My
I mean
wife's
that's I guess maybe that's a human.
Well, my wife's
flaw.
like, this goes here now.
So many things on that workbench basically just had Home Depot bags with stuff in it.
That's how the couch in here is with the side doors over here. So you come in the door and the kids immediately put their book bag on the end of this couch and jackets and like,
Yep.
well,
Yep.
it is what
Pile
it
it
is.
up. So thankfully it's clear again, and we're thinking of actually putting a little. We've never really put in like a tool rack, so you can just hang stuff real easily, grab that item, whatever it
So
is.
if you have the garage door open and your neighbors walk by, they're like, a man lives there.
There you go. Or a really put together lady.
Yeah.
Actually, one of the first gifts I gave my wife when we were dating, and we were living together actually at this point, was a Makita power drill.
Well, that's not bad. I thought you were going to say a broom.
I thought it was gonna be like a kitchen set, you know, knives and forks and stuff. But...
No, she legit wanted this really nice high-end Makita drill, and I was like, "Yeah, let's roll the dice on this." Like we use that thing a ton. We still use it. We got a Bosch one later on, but we still use it.
Ooh, I love my Bosch drills.
It's a beauty. The
Those
Bosch
things,
is no
the
shame on
battery
that
lasts
one.
forever.
But the Makita is my go-to. The batteries are the problem is the batteries are giant on that guy. It's so old now. I mean that was probably 99. So I probably bought that in 1999.
That has me wondering, what did you and your wife do for the millennium for the New Year's? No, I'm
We had
not
a
saying
bomb
that to be
shelter.
joking, like they just made me think you were dating your wife
Yeah.
during the millennium. So that's super cool. I can tell you exactly when and where I was for it. I'm sure most people can that lived through it.
I'm trying to remember.
Oh my God, you
I
don't remember?
hate New Year's Eve. So it's always been the
Bro,
night
that
when
was
I'm
the
like,
millennium.
I'm in bed by 10.
Then you weren't.
Oh yeah, I was.
You're in
Almost.
California.
20,
You're in like
24 years ago, really?
Texas Central.
Well,
So you
10 my time,
you're on the
not yours.
tip of the spear of the world, like crashing over there at the time. So
But
for
by
me,
by then we knew we were good. If New York didn't crash and crumble,
yeah,
we
that's
figured we were
true.
okay.
Time zones, damn. So my grandma just celebrated her 93rd birthday Tuesday, and that's where I was for the millennium. I was 13 years old, and we went over there because my grandfather, he worked in a chemical factory for his whole life, and over the years it deteriorated his lungs. Like our lungs have little fiber hairs
Sure.
that
Yeah.
help, so those fiber hairs just disintegrated. So it's
Did
sad,
he
but
get
his lung,
COPD or?
I think probably a form of it, but like the way it was described to me and my brother at that time is like those hairs they help filter your lung and keep stuff from sticking to your lungs, and without
Yeah.
those stuff sticks in your lungs, and it was like a slow drowning process that they couldn't stop pretty much. But
That's rough.
I have some like massive, fantastic memories. So we would go over there it was around that time that my mother and father separated. So we were spending a lot of time with my mom at my grandma's because my whole family lives close, like.
That's
They're
fantastic.
like 2 miles down the street. So we'd be going over there with my grandfather at the end of his life, my mom, a newly like single mother kind of thing. Even though my dad's so local, it was what it was at the time.
Sure.
So my mom wanted to make sure we had all the time in the world we could with them. And so like the millennium was spent with them over there at their house. And to this day, I think that's probably why, like, I love going over there, even as an adult, like just getting some of the fireworks that come like the $30 box, not that shoot in the air. You just set them down, light them and watch them. Like it's still to this day my favorite stuff, and went over there and did New Year's over there with them. My mom was fantastic about solidifying memories with my older relatives while we could.
That's fantastic.
My mom
I never
was
had
huge.
them close enough. Like the closest grandparent I had was almost 4 hours drive away, and then the others were out of state. Where I am in California, driving out of state is a long drive.
Mhm.
So yeah, we didn't see our grandparents, but maybe like on average, maybe once a year, twice a year. Versus my daughters.
Imagine that.
My dad was a total different breed because when ours was the first, Kate, my oldest, is the first grandkid in the family, and he had just retired, and he came to us. He's an educator, principal, administrator, and he came and he was like, okay, like I have this whole plan. Every Wednesday, I want to take my granddaughter all day, as early as you want, and when you're comfortable. I want Wednesdays, and you tell me whatever you want me to do, whatever she needs to eat, however you want me to change diaper, whatever you need me to do. I want to come in the morning and get her, and then bring her back. I'll buy a car seat. You tell me which car seat you want me to buy. You tell me whatever. And he was on board. And my stepmother was like scared shitless because she had one child and wasn't prepared for it. And her daughter at that point was already out of college. And she was like, I don't want to do this again. She was not ready for it. But my dad was like, hey, it's mine. It's my granddaughter. Like, I'm ready for this. Like, I want this. And he was all in. And he did that for the first, I think, 3 years of Kate's life. Like he was always
good for you and the wife as well.
Yeah,
absolutely. But he was like directly up the hill from us, so it was like a 5-minute drive. It was game changing, life changing.
Yeah. So Pops has Finn and Monkey every Wednesday and Thursday while me and the wife work, and he just drops them off to me when I get off. But if they're out of school or because Kyle manages a restaurant, so her schedule changes week by week. If she's off from work, he still wants them, and it's the same way with my mom. They just like she likes to take him to church on Sundays with her because me and the wife typically work. So like tonight they're just staying the night with her. So she tries because she's moved back in with her mom because my grandma 93 and she has Alzheimer's now.
Okay,
so we're going through that process. So my mom is doing the same thing with Finn and Monkey, and I'm really pushing for it as well for them to spend as much time possible. Because Ben is 6, he'll always remember. Monkey just turned 4, and so she'll remember it too. But like trying to just that
But
kind of
he'll always have those extra 2 years. It'll
I lost
make a
my
huge
great
difference.
grandfather. He passed away. He was born in 1909, but I
Mm.
spent like every weekday with him before I started kindergarten, and they lived like right out of my neighborhood and crossed the street like on Main Street kind of thing. And so I have fantastic memories of him. And he passed away when I was 6. Like I
Mm.
vividly remember walking in the house, putting my blanket down, my toys down, and going straight to his bedroom because my grandma was awake, but he's still in bed. And I get to wake him up and go help her make the cheese toast and get it ready for him to come hobbling out to get his coffee. You know,
That's awesome.
All
I mean,
right, we got a special guest.
Sorry.
it's
So
Becker.
I
I'm
don't want to
leaving.
interrupt, but
Mike has been chasing me
Boom.
around all day.
Okay, there we
Seamus O'Toole. I
Dave,
love it.
Mark Spector Comics. What's up, buddy?
man?
What's going on,
What's up,
Dave?
guys? How you doing?
How's it going,
Thanks for
Dave?
joining, man.
Yeah,
We're
man.
sitting
Thanks for
here
having me on.
talking about
Just
grandparents.
impromptu, kind of like.
I was just gonna say, like all my earliest comic book memories came from visiting my grandparents. Like we would go to Arizona, and they had this place up in the mountains, and there was a Circle K within walking distance with the spinner rack, and I would just beg for money every single day to buy a different book. Like the whole time we were there, I'd get a book a day, basically. And so I completely connect my early comic book experiences with my grandparents.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't
You're
Kmart
wrong.
at one point have? Of course, I'm probably wrong, but didn't Kmart have spinner racks back in the 80s?
I mean, it was the 80s when I went in, so
Yeah, I mean,
They had spinner racks at the local Kmart's near me before they closed.
Dude,
Yeah.
I thought so, man. Yeah.
my hope was always that for the 2 weeks we were there visiting that they would restock. It was no guarantee that they'd get new books at some point in the 2 weeks. That was the best because then I'd come back and there was a whole new set of books to choose from.
That's awesome. Anyway, anybody besides John want to talk?
Man! I let Mark talk for a whole. Mark was talking. Jeez.
I mean, Mark talked a little bit, but it was mostly John. I mean,
fucking guy, man. Jesus.
What are you guys drinking?
oh, I got the Jameson 18.
Yeah,
baby.
drinking the family label there.
Oh, damn! All right.
It's-
I feel
it's
left out. I'm the only one not drinking Jameson. What's going on?
Oh man,
Yeah,
Jeez.
this was always the
John's family name.
Yeah,
That's why I'm
exactly.
drinking it.
It's literally my name, John Jameson.
What's up?
Spelled the
What's up,
same and
Southern?
everything. I just didn't have sons. That's because it's and sons.
I'm not falling asleep. I mean, I've been up a long. It's been a long day, but no, I've been pacing myself. I'm good. Good. Hey,
Ooh,
Jeff,
Jason's
what's
in the
up?
chat. What's up? Oh, and Jeff is in the chat too. What's up,
Cantonese
gentlemen?
Damn, I don't see him very often, especially in my chat.
I shared the stream to my,
Oh,
so maybe
awesome.
that.
I posted the link
cool.
in the chat. I don't know if it's. Can you pin it to the?
You can if
You
you're
have to
in
go
YouTube. You got to open it on your phone, probably in YouTube.
You got to go to YouTube like you're watching the video and go into the live chat.
I'm not gonna do that.
Oh,
but
and
if
Eric is
anybody
here
else
too.
wants
You
to-
can just do it from your phone. You can just grab your
anyone else
phone.
wants-
And,
My phone's charging way over there, so
oh wow!
I was gone all
Happy
day.
St.
so
Patrick's Day
it was,
early, everybody. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
If you celebrate.
I don't celebrate on Sundays, so this is definitely the day I'm celebrating.
Yeah, it's a little harder to.
The parade and stuff was
Drink
today
on.
too downtown.
So,
so-
Carlito, tell us about you and what you prefer. Blondes? Is that what we're figuring out tonight?
No, actually, I
There's one
prefer
brunette in the corner,
brunettes,
and then there's that guy.
definitely, and she's like right
Oh,
behind.
okay,
she's got
so
my
all
back.
the options are still on the
She's got my
table.
back.
Is what we're
But-
finding.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm open to anything at this
It's
point.
it's just drunkometer from right to left.
So it goes, yeah. So it goes from Burnett, and then it goes to her, and then
I was gonna say you start
back,
on
and then the
start with
guy. I mean,
blonde.
and then that chick that's like kind of drunk with the blonde.
If you
in
get
the
drunk
back.
enough, you'll go for Burnett. And if you get slap drunk, hey, that guy's looking pretty sweet
Yeah.
too.
No, brunettes. I don't even. I could be totally sober, totally. But blondes, I got to be a little drunk. Good for
Carlito, what'd you think about the Oscars? You tend to like movies and like talking about movies.
You
we just
know,
had the Oscars. What'd you think
Everybody
of?
was talking about how boring it was, and it was the first Oscars I enjoyed in probably, I don't know,
Couple
5
years.
years or so.
yeah, dude,
at
I
least.
completely agree.
100%.
Was it because
yes,
because it was a Nolan fest,
No.
or was it the actual production?
100% not. Just because it felt like it was back to basics,
It felt like
it wasn't.
it felt like they didn't come to grandstand and talk down to
Yes, and
people
like
and
be
do politics of
pretentious
any kind.
and
Like
blah
it
blah
felt like
blah.
celebrities doing celebrity stuff and not
Yes.
like that's like if I go to my work, like where I work with animals, and just want to talk about like what you see on the news all day. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
So it
exactly.
was like a bunch of actors and actresses came to an actors and actresses event and talked about actors and actresses stuff and joked on each other about their careers and
Yeah.
jokes about movies, and like it felt like the Oscars.
Yep. I will
It was a
agree with
place
that.
you could escape for entertainment. It was fantastic.
Although I didn't technically watch it, I watched a watch party on YouTube. So
That's so weird.
Oh, okay.
it was on in the background, but you couldn't hear sound. It was like subtitled. But that was good enough for me. Oh my god. We got 2 guests coming in. Jesus.
Uh-oh.
So this guy, I mean, actually the next 2 really don't need any introductions, but
Have you met anybody that does need one?
me, because nobody knows who I am.
I don't want
mysterious.
whiskey coming out my nose tonight. I really don't need it.
So here we got my man, Digger Jim.
Hey,
What's up, buddy?
What is up, homie?
I came on to ask the same thing you were just talking about, Mark. I mean, I wanted to know if you watched the Oscars because the last time I saw Carlito, it was a while back when you were talking. I can't even remember the other gentleman's name, and y'all were doing a review of like, I don't know, it was a movie. I want to say it was like Big Trouble in Little
Oh,
China
yeah,
or
that's
something.
probably
Oh,
Dan,
Jack
yeah.
Burton.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack Burton. And
Yeah.
I was like
Dude,
loving it. I was like, this is great. When is this
I
coming
love
back?
that movie. I can't believe it took me so long to see that movie. That was ridiculous. I should have watched it a long time ago.
Yeah, when you were a kid.
Yeah. All right. Now we got somebody from the other side of the states. Boom.
What's going on, guys?
Jeff.
Hey,
Anthony
Jeff.
Hey, what's up,
Kid,
Jeff?
What's up?
Not much. I wasn't doing anything, so I'm like, Carlitos at the
You
stream right
weren't
in there.
doing anything? Man, I feel lucky.
Well, I just came back from the bar, so
I was gonna say
Okay.
it's 10:30 at night over
You
for
always got
yeah,
something
I
to
just
post,
I
so-
just came back from a bar, but
What do you
Jeff,
think of
you're
my
on- you're in
brunette?
Florida?
What do you think about my brunette girlfriend over here, Jeff? Is she all right?
you know I like brunettes, man. So you're all good.
Yes.
Blondes are fun too, but
I mean, blondes are fun too. Actually, redheads are kind of a kryptonite for me, but we won't go
I think
there.
we all got kryptonite for redheads, man. So
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
Dave,
I went
Dave,
on.
what do you got
I
going
went
on, man?
on. I went on like 3 dates with this redhead that I was working at the same place she was.
3 dates? That's
And I
a
was
lot.
It is a lot, but she kept wanting me to go swing dancing with her. Or not swing, yeah, swing dancing. And I was
What's wrong
like,
with
I'm not a
swinging.
dancer.
Swinging
I'm-
is
I'm-
different than swing
okay.
dancing.
No,
You
no,
don't
no,
have
no,
to
no,
be
no,
a
no,
good
no,
dancer
no.
to swing dance, though.
Key
And,
parties.
and I
is
was
that what I'm
like-
getting?
She'd take me to these places, and these people look like freaking pros, and I was like, nah. Look, yeah, I don't think so. I
You're like,
enjoy
they're
your
level
company,
10.
this
I
is
need
fun,
level
but
3, 4.
You just need
the
to
only
have
thing
some
that
decent upper body and core strength, and you're good with swing dancing. You don't need anything.
Right. The only thing that was cool is I never got to meet her. Is she had a twin sister, but she didn't live in the same state. I was like, man,
That's too bad.
I kind of want to meet your twin sister too. I mean, she was not bad looking. It's just that I couldn't keep doing that swing dancing thing because she was all up into it at the time, and I was like, yeah, this is not gonna work out for me.
There was this girl that wanted to do salsa dancing, and I will say, at the time I was too timid for that.
I don't know if I married the perfect woman or not, but she was like, we're not even dancing at the wedding. Like, I don't want to dance. Like, I don't like dancing. She's
I
in
don't
that
mind
for any
it.
of
I'm
that.
just not good at. Yeah, I'm just not
Yeah, I
good
mean,
at it.
I have no problem with
I'm-
it. I just, it's just a funny comparison.
I retired
and
from
my
it,
wife-
so I just,
My wife took ballroom dancing as an elective in college.
Oh,
So, she's like, we have to
Oof.
dance at the wedding. I'm like, really? Well, okay. But I don't know how good. But then
Just
she
follow
picked,
her lead.
oh man, what did she pick as the song? It's what's that guy's name? He had the big
Oh, I used to DJ weddings.
poofy
So
hair. He's
I
from
guess
Vanilla
it is.
Ice.
Lyle. No, it was
Mm.
Lyle Lovett.
Lyle
Is that
Lovett.
right?
Oh wow.
Lyle Lovett.
Julia Roberts.
It's a song, and I kid you not, this is what we danced to. She's no lady, she's my wife. That was the name of the song.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is what you picked? And she's like, you don't get to say anything because you just made us a mafia cake. I was in charge of one thing at the wedding. I said, I want to participate. She said, you can do the cake. You go to this lady, she's going to make the cake, but you're in charge of it. So she never saw it before we got to the reception. And when she walked
Oh
in,
man.
it was huge. It looks like some
Nice.
shit out of The Godfather. I had it
Yes.
up like 3 feet high with a fountain and everything. That's a little over the top, isn't it? I'm like, nope. That's exactly what I wanted.
No way.
It was perfect.
Make a statement.
Did you
Just
get
look-
bags of money after that or no?
We didn't, you know, in Virginia, they don't do that. I did not
Oh.
even know that existed until I went to be a groomsman at a friend of mine's wedding up in Maine. And he's like, listen, you're going to be in charge of the money. I'm like, what money? Oh, yeah, we're going to do it's called a dollar dance. And I'm like, and
Yeah.
what's this whiskey for? Oh, they get to do shots too. And I'm like, so he, at the end of the wedding, whatever, the party, he's like, take that money up to your room and count it. You're the only one I trust here. And I was like, okay. Yeah, he did all right. He did all right.
Nice.
But I'd never seen
Mark,
it before.
or Dave, you drinking anything?
Yeah, I got some scotch.
Ooh, what kind of scotch?
Let me grab the bottle. I have it
Yeah,
nearby.
grab that bottle. I haven't drank scotch in a while. I'm kind of a finicky scotch drinker. Usually it's got to be super cold blizzard conditions, and then I'm like, scotch by the fire sounds kind of nice.
Jeff, what was the bar like tonight? How was that? How was the scene?
Yeah, it was
Ooh,
all right. It wasn't too bad. I went to the hole in the wall, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
This is from the lowlands of Scotland
Hell
in
yeah.
Glasgow.
Dude,
Nice.
I almost bought a bottle of that yesterday at my liquor store, but I was like,
Oh, really?
no,
Yeah, it's
scotch.
pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
But I've heard good things about that. So
Yeah, first time having it was pretty good.
instead, I just bought a bunch of Irish and Texas whiskey. So
There you go.
Jeff,
I'm drinking the high level
Jeff, you
Nah.
don't drink.
H2O.
You don't drink, do you?
Nah, not as much. Not as much. Used to, as much as I
Got
did
some
in
H2O
college.
as well.
Yeah, I mean, I got a H2O bottle.
I've been
right
pounding
now.
the water all day.
I got some stories
Yeah.
from college, man. So yeah, I don't
Ooh,
drink like that
you'll
no
have to-
more.
You have to share one of these days.
I can now if you want, man. I really don't care, honestly. Everybody
hey.
almost knows that one.
This is an open channel. I am not. Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's just say I woke up. First thing I saw, it looked like I was swimming in bed. My boys ended up taking me back to the house. They said I was swimming in bed, like going somewhere. They go, "Where you going?" I go, "Oh."
I bet
Yeah,
I got you.
ended
beat.
up-
I bet I got
Yeah.
you beat.
Well, if you woke up with all green all over you, then you got me beat. But
He's got green glitter all across his face.
Oh, Lord.
Have
no,
you
it
ever-
was these things called Windex shots, and then somehow I ended up all green
Windex.
all over.
I'm way too old for anything that says shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Challenge.
What is that?
The Tide Pod.
It's like a
challenge.
Gen
Pod
Z
challenge.
thing, right?
No, the shot is called Windex. It's made with blue Caraco and some, I think, vodka or some other stuff,
Yikes.
and it looks just like Windex. I'm like,
Hard pass.
Yeah,
mm.
that's not going to be.
Yeah,
that was
It's not
college. That
gonna
was
go
college
that
time, man.
Have-
That
Have you
Yeah.
ever been dressed to the nines and like full suited up and passed out in a ditch?
no.
I would say I don't even need the first part of that. I've never passed out in a ditch. I'll just put
Okay.
it
I've never been. I've been
matter
dressed
what
in
I'm wearing.
Sevens once,
Curious.
maybe.
to the sevens.
That's about
7.5 off-white pages.
Seven-
Yeah. In needing of a press.
So like,
Well,
Off
Carlito
white,
knows
yeah,
I used to
off
work
white.
at a strip club, so I used to be dressed to the nines almost
that's
every
why
weekend.
I asked
So-
you. That's why I
Yeah.
asked
I
you.
could never work at a strip club. A G-string just wouldn't feel right on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was one of the bouncers, so it was okay.
Oh, I thought you were saying you were a stripper. My fault.
No,
I
that's
think
No,
I know
good.
Jeff knows this, but I was like this close to getting a job at a strip club a couple.
Although
of times.
Mark, I think pasties would work for you. I think.
Oh yeah,
do
pasties.
good.
Can be fun. That's the banana hammock. I like stuff
Yeah.
to breathe.
Yeah,
That's fair. That's fair.
what's up, Dope Comics?
Oh man. Yeah. I got
So Dave,
what
where
was
are
it?
you at? Where are
Ameri-
you at right now? Are you traveling right now?
Well, was that towards me? Sorry.
Yeah, you're
Are you
Dave.
home
yes.
or are you traveling?
No, he's
I'm
Seamus
on my-
O'Toole.
Seamus is
Sorry, Seamus
on his secondary home. I'm away from home
okay.
right now.
I'm
Traveling.
away from home. What was the other name that they had in that? It was Seamus O'Toole and Bobby O'Shea. Is that what it was? Yeah,
Bobby O'Shea.
Bobby O'Shea.
Patio furniture.
Yeah, patio furniture. Yeah.
Oh man. So
Yeah, I'm up here for the next 4 days, and I go back home. I'll be off for like 10 days or so.
Where is here?
Nice.
In Linfield, Mass. It's like maybe 25 minutes north of Boston.
oh, we got somebody. I thought I could only have 6 on here with the free version of StreamYard.
It may be that you can need to take one of us out to load someone in.
I can definitely hop out. I gotta go to get in bed,
Oh.
man. Also, I'm binge watching Silo, and I got up and canceled my watch fest and relaxation to hop on some live stream to say hello.
Awesome.
But
That's
if-
awesome.
Y'all
Thanks,
gotta
Marcus.
watch Silo on Apple TV
Definitely.
with Rebecca Ferguson.
Is it good?
I'll
This
add
shit-
it to my watch list, man.
Dude,
Dude,
I
it is-
love Rebecca Ferguson.
Also,
She's
yeah,
great.
also-
Yeah, she's great.
I was talking about like my infatuation with Rebecca Ferguson, and Austin May's like, dude, you got to check out Silo. I'm like, I don't have Apple TV. Then I got it when the MonsterVerse show was coming and everything, and I haven't given it up yet. Like John knows.
Did you enjoy the Shrink? You watched Shrinking, right? Did you watch that one?
That's dude. That was wild.
Yeah,
my
that
wife
hit
my
a
wife
lot of
watched it.
feels for me.
I was in and out of that one, and Kyle watched it while I was busy doing other stuff, and I kept popping in and out, kind of thing.
All right.
But
Yeah, when that ending hit, I kind of knew where it was going to go, but yeah, and Harrison Ford's so freaking good.
yeah, that.
Yeah.
Oh no, I got to go back and watch it. But there's a couple of things that caught my attention recently with Harrison Ford, even older stuff with him doing like more of the dramatic roles, because
Yeah,
you know he's known for Indiana Jones and Star Wars.
Yep.
But I mean, I remember him like What Lies Beneath and some other stuff. But I missed like it was like a good like 15 years of him doing like parts that I'm just
Did he
didn't.
do Witness too?
So the only Oscar nomination he
Witness.
ever had was for Witness.
Yeah.
And right around the
Witness,
same time,
yeah.
he did a really underrated movie called Presumed Innocent. Though it
Why
just-
would
Ooh, I saw
you
that.
Air
That's okay.
Force
Yeah, I like
One
that
and
one.
Air Force One. Yeah,
Fugitive,
Presumed Innocent
like, I
though,
watched
if
all
you want
those,
a
but
good
then,
like
stop somewhere along the way.
if you want a good like legal thriller with
Yes.
him, Presumed Innocent is like freaking nuts. And you
I
will
wanna go
I didn't
watch
see
Age
the
of
ending
Adeline.
coming.
That's one that I've never seen is Age of Adeline.
Yes,
No, like-
yes, that's a good one. That's
Yeah,
a good
but
one.
you know,
Gary
that's what
Oldman
you
was
just-
a great
this
villain
clip
in
when
Air Force
Blake
One
Lively
too. Just
walks
saying.
into old Harrison
Just
Ford and
saying.
he gets
Yeah.
like, he's like Adeline, and she's like, "That's my mother's name." I'm like, "Oh shit, I need to see this."
Yeah, it's like the Highlander.
All right, that's great, Mark. Have a good night. See you later.
Nope. Wow.
Oh, where'd
okay.
Daymares go?
Oh, damn.
Dang it. Yeah,
I
I'm
sent the
just-
link to
just kicked him
Daymares
right
and
out.
So
to
yeah, I'm not gonna waste any time. I'm gonna boot
sorry.
people. If
I
they
sent the
get
link to
ramble.
Daymares and Roscoe. So
Okay. Oh
I'm just-
yeah,
I'm
Roscoe.
just-
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just dropping the link to
Oh,
folks.
Legend, great Legend is in the chat.
I can send it to Legend and Jason.
Well,
if you want.
Didn't I send it in the chat? But I didn't post it at the top. Okay. Yeah, if you
I'll
could
send
send
it
it to Legend.
Yeah, I
Legend,
got
that'd be
you. I got you, man.
No, I'm mixing water and Irish, so I'm not. You're a new subscriber. God dang it, Legend. I think that deserves a boot. I'm gonna boot you.
Not true.
Actually, I would never do that. I could never.
I
do
think
that to
YouTube.
Legend.
I think YouTube just randomly pulls people.
No,
I
you're
really
right.
do.
Actually, who was it?
There's no
Somebody
way
had-
because
Dude, somebody
There's-
I've been following for years. It still showed up in my recommendations, but then
Yeah.
I go to their channel and it says you're not subscribed. I'm like, what?
yeah, I don't
Well,
get
yeah,
that.
but don't forget in August that they clean freaking
Yeah.
YouTube cleans house a little
So
bit.
there
So,
were
Scrub-
like
yeah, they
5 or
scrub it.
6 people I've been following forever that it said I wasn't subscribed to anymore, and I'm like, wow, this is BS. And it happens about every year, so I
It-
should have
it's-
expected it. But
It's already been 5 years since I've been doing this, and I still remember the first stream I did. John helped me out with the first one.
Well, I still got to teach Carlito because I think he's got 2 streams that are like possible. One that's not happening right now. One he's got to learn that he just needs to do it in StreamYard. You don't need to go to YouTube and set up a stream. You just go straight to
2 streams going. What are you talking about?
It does. It shows up on our pages that has 2
there was
streams.
one from Carlito.
I mean, so I linked my YouTube to my StreamYard, but I didn't.
Which means you don't need to do anything through YouTube. If you set up a stream in YouTube, now you've got 2 streams.
Oh, well,
you just go to StreamYard, set it up, and fire it off.
That's all right.
Yeah, don't even go to YouTube to set things up anymore. Just go straight to StreamYard.
Well, no, I didn't.
Because streamers lets you pick at least 2 like, if you got the free version. At least 2 places you can stream from.
I was just like, right. So
yeah. So I think there's a second one that's still waiting to get started.
Nobody's
it doesn't matter. We're all here.
I was gonna say it doesn't matter.
The live when you hit subscriptions on YouTube, your live shows go to the top anyway. So all the ones that are live are right there.
Because I'm only showing 1 under my channel. So
yeah, but when it pops up on ours, it shows up as 2. It shows one that's live and one that's going live at like 10 o'clock.
That's weird, dude. That is weird. Oh, actually, now I see that too. Yeah. That is super strange.
Which you can delete later. It's not a big
Yeah, I don't care.
And the live one will always go to the top.
He said, "Yeah, I don't care."
Yeah, he does. I'm used to Carlito by now. He's like, "I don't care.
I don't care."
People will find us. It's like the Field of Dreams motto.
Legend, if you don't come on here tonight, I'm gonna feel slighted. And I'm gonna say some prayer.
I sent the link to a lot of people. Daymare just left. He's like, I waited too long.
I know he didn't even wait more than 2 minutes. Like I gave Mark his 2 minutes of rambling, and then I was like, all right. And then by the time I kicked Mark out, he was already gone. So
well, Jason has it, and Robert's got it, and Adam's got it. So if they want to come in, they're welcome. But I understand it's late.
I won't stay on forever. It's
it's our Legend. You can go on from your bed. I don't care. Just
I know that Legend's always
Legend is all I have.
Issues with his back, so sometimes sitting for long periods of time is hard.
Lay down.
The guy did so many YouTube auctions over the years that sitting at a table and just doing that over.
I wasn't even into YouTube auctions, and I watched his YouTube auctions.
His auctions were one of a kind. Like nobody did them as tightly and as well as he did them.
Yeah, so 100%. He's tired, man. He streamed up late with Jigs and us.
Yeah, he was. I saw the rewind on that.
I was on that too till like 3 a.m. my time.
Yeah, but you didn't jump on at like 1 in the afternoon with Robert right after that one.
Well,
so
no, I was in the chat, but I didn't get on. Yeah, I didn't get on the actual
So he got on with us, and that was another hour and a half. So
but, if I didn't go to my buddy's grand opening on his bar, I would have been there.
Yeah, Jigs' thing was at least like 4 hours, 5 hours.
Oh, always.
Yeah.
That longer than it had to have been at least maybe 6 or something, I would think.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying at least 6, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, and then he jumped on with us for another hour and a half. So
I was in bed and I was still in the chat, but I fell asleep to their rambling at like, I don't know, it must have been 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he got done with Jigs, took a little siesta, and then got up again. Got up at 1.
I know.
And hopped on with us until 3 o'clock or 3:30. So,
Jim, what's your brother doing? He ain't gonna come on. What the heck?
I'm sorry.
What's your brother doing?
Probably in bed. I live in Maryland and he lives in Virginia, and he goes to bed early, and he's I don't know what he does.
Well, I work at night, so this is pretty much my daytime. So I'm up. So
yeah,
you've got the Robert Galvin late night disease.
Yeah.
Which is why you two are such a great match together.
I tried doing a twilight shift once, man. I was cutting too much into my social life. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I couldn't.
It was like 9 to 4 or something. I was like, nah.
Nope.
Yeah, I took care of my social life when I went in college and then the strip club time. So 5 years of each. So I'm okay.
Yeah, I did night shift for a while.
Yeah,
and
I'm trying to find something during the day that pays me the same rate, but no, nothing's paying me the same as this one. So
Yeah,
it's kind of hard.
It happens sometimes, and
I
that's the
do get a
way.
premium for nights.
I did
Yeah,
it
I'm
because
Yeah.
I
doing
was doing the
night shift
stay-at-home
this
dad
week.
thing.
Sucks.
Are you?
Yeah, doing today and tomorrow day shift, and then Monday, Tuesday overnight.
Oof.
Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. If you're doing like 2 day, then 2, it's like, and then yeah, can you do days the next the next two?
Yeah.
After the
But
The biggest
then I'm off for like
thing-
10 days though, so I'm not
Yeah.
complaining.
How late are the night shifts for you, Dave?
It's always 7p to 7a or 7a to 7p.
Ooh,
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
always
12
12-hour
hours.
shifts. But I only work 3
those are
days a
late,
week.
man. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how they get away with it. It's like 3 days, and then
3 days a week.
yeah.
There you go, Jeff. Listen to the legend. Actually, I have a friend who works at the library, and it's a cush job.
Pretty chill.
And she's
Yeah.
got like state pension too and stuff. So
Right.
That's awesome.
If it's run by the state, yeah. Absolutely.
If I
When
got
I,
if I
Hey,
got
what's
enough
up,
libraries
Cliff?
with the
There's
I'm
no party
dyslexic
over
at the
here,
same time.
Cliff.
Me trying to tell people about books. I'm telling more about comic books than books.
yeah.
It's all right. It's still books.
Let me show you the comic
Yeah.
section. Right.
Still books.
Yeah.
I don't like anybody that tries to like shame people for whatever they like to read, like or however
Yeah.
they like to do it. I got friends that
Right.
just only listen to books, audible or whatever. Like, why is that any worse? Like, it's no. They're getting all the same material, hearing all the same words.
It helped
No
me out
different.
for sure, man.
Yeah.
If it wasn't
So
for those audiobooks, I couldn't go through
I had
high school.
I had dyslexic students who could absolutely crush a comprehension quiz on a book if they
Right.
listened to it. And
Right.
there's no shame in
Right.
that.
That's me.
The level of understanding and is all there,
Right.
and their responses would be
Yeah.
just as deep and insightful.
Yeah, that's what what
Yeah.
the teachers would laugh at me when I was in high school, and
Right?
because the reading level didn't match, but my answers would be like college level answers. They were like, "How is that freaking possible?"
I hate,
Like they didn't understand that.
I
Yeah, I
hate those
just
kind
went
of kids. Man.
I just went to the library yesterday with my son because he likes to pick up some dinosaur books because he's 5. And then I went to like the graphic novel section and stuff like that, and I ended up picking this up for me to read this week. So
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
little Superman manga.
Mark will like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, at least they got comic books at the
Yeah.
library
Yeah,
now.
a
I still
little bit
remember
there.
when we used
Yeah.
to go. There were none, man. Like there was nothing.
Yeah, Brother John's a big believer in going to the library. He's always like, "Dude, go to the library and pick it up, man." They have over at my place. They don't have as big of a graphic novel section as where he lives. I think
Right.
just depends on what they.
Yeah,
put their
depends on
money into.
depends on the
the
people
library.
or
Yeah,
what
absolutely.
they're into. Because
Yeah.
a lot now some of them are carrying manga, and you'll be surprised. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like I said,
Yeah.
a little bit of manga.
Yeah.
That ain't
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when I was the one thing I remember about the night shift, it's when I worked at the Toys R Us warehouse, and where it was, we get off at like 2 something in the morning, or sometimes they let us out early if we were finished early. And I remember I had to go by this. I don't want to call it a mini mall, but it had the theater in it. And so whenever freaking Harry Potter would drop, people would be there on a Thursday night rolling out after the 12, they do that 12 a.m., showing or something. I'm like, why the hell is there so much freaking traffic on the road? And then I remember, freaking Harry Potter dropped.
Because
Yeah.
John's out there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
favorite
just couldn't believe
favorite
it.
part of getting off a night shift. No traffic.
traffic, right. Now here's a the other thing was the road that it's on also went by the county jail.
Oh
And
boy.
I don't know why, but they would release people at midnight.
Uh,
So I'd be coming down the road. You see this dude doing the walk of shame to get up to where he could make a phone call or whatever. I don't know, but
Wow.
I'd see him all the time. So one time, this is a true story. I don't know why I'm telling you this. One time, it was summer, and I don't even think my son Was he born? Yeah, he was born because I had a car seat in. I had this little Nissan pickup truck, so I had a car seat in there, and it was and whatnot. And I'm leaving work, and it's so hot. I'm just dripping wet. The warehouse was a joke when it came to air, and I loaded trailers. So you get there at 4 p.m, and they pull a truck up that's been sitting out in 100 degrees all day, and you open it up, it's like walking into an oven. It was fun. So anyway, imagine that in your head. I'm giving you a visual image.
You're nailing it.
The funk is there. So I roll up and I'm driving down the road, and I'm like, man, I'm starving. I just didn't have anything really to eat. And as I'm driving down the road, there's this girl walking down the side. I'm like, oh, somebody got out of jail.
There's something to eat.
I don't know. So I pull into over where the McDonald's is right there, and I'm in line in the drive-thru. Again, I don't know why there's a big line in the drive-thru. It's like 1 a.m. or 12:30 or something. By the time I get around to where I am paying, I get this knock on the window. It is the girl that has gone from there to where my truck is. And I roll in the room, like, yeah. And she's like, do you have a cell phone I could borrow to make a call? And I was like, it's dead. And it was dead because at the time I think it was a flip phone. And so I didn't even care about phones, and it was dead. I wasn't using it. I said, she goes, oh, I really need a ride. I was like, you know what? I'll do the Christian thing. And I popped the car seat, threw it in the back, and said, I'll give you a ride. Where are you going? I need to get a ride over to Route 40. I said, that's on my way home. Now, let's be clear. I knew exactly what she was. Okay. I mean, her dress from head to toe clearly indicated that, her profession. But when she got in the car, I was like, what are you doing out here so late? And she's like, well, I'm ashamed to say, but I had a lot of parking tickets. And I was like, really? They put you in jail for parking tickets? Oh, I was like, she was like, oh yeah, absolutely. And I was like, wow, that's really bad. I never knew that. She goes, I had an outstanding amount of parking tickets. And I was like, okay.
Like a really good one? They were outstanding.
Yeah. And so as I'm pulling around the interstate to go off onto Route 40, I know exactly. She's like, I just want you to drop me off at this at the Super 8 over there for Route 40. And I was like, yeah, I know exactly where that is. It's on my way home. And as soon as I pull in, this other girl is sitting on the hood of the car, comes jumping off, running up to the trunk, going, who's that? Who's that? And he's like, oh, it's just a person that gave me a ride. So I said, good luck, ladies. And I take off. So next day, I'm having a conversation with my wife. And I said, I did the Christian thing last night, honey. I gave a prostitute a ride back to the office. And she's like, what? And she was like, hey man, Jesus dealt with them all the time. Come on, we got to remember that.
So I knew that you were Digger Jim because of the metal detecting. I didn't realize you were digging your own grave as much.
Oh no. She knows. Listen, I get part of this comes from my mother. My mother the other day, knows, year and a half ago, there was literally a blind man walking down the side of the road, and she pulled over and said, what are you doing? You could be killed. Get in the car. Now, she doesn't know this man, but she put him in the car and drove him to the library because that's where he was going, oddly enough. It's weird. I know, but yeah, I just thought that
apparently
was
Cliff is backstage if you want to let Cliff in.
Yeah, I was just waiting for the story to end.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
And that's it. Yeah. End of the story. I didn't get the beat down, by the way.
That's a great story.
John, my wife knew out she was married.
I would have definitely gotten
the beat. All right, we got Cliff. What's up, buddy?
What's going on?
I can't come into this. How do I top a prostitute story?
That's why I was waiting. I was like, man, I can't let him in right now. That's just wrong. Nobody can top that.
Oh, I would have been quiet.
Yeah, that was some weird.
So I know
weird
John's
stuff
heading
that
to
happened.
WonderCon in 2 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, it's about 2 weeks. Good. Hey,
When-
good math.
Where
Yeah,
is
it's 2 weeks.
WonderCon? Where is that at?
Where's WonderCon?
It's in Anaheim. It's directly
Oh,
next.
Anaheim.
I love it. It's directly next to Disneyland. So I know a ton of friends that fly out, and the family can go to Disneyland during the day, and you can go to the con, and vice versa. You could walk to all of that stuff, and there's there's a ton of hotels. You don't even need to rent a car because you could Uber from the airport to the hotel and then just walk and there's restaurants and you're set.
Oh, that's too bad. It's in 2 weeks. I was actually flying out to Los Angeles next weekend.
Yeah, it's a fun con, like it's family friendly con because if the family wants to go, they can do that. But ultimately, the parks are right there, so family.
Well, it might not be the damn cosplayer that cosplayed Vampy is going to be there at that one.
Should I get a picture with her for you? I'll claim to my wife that was for Jeff. I did this for Jeff. I swear I didn't.
Yeah, you got to mention Jeff's name.
But I don't know what she's going to dress up as over there. I think she's more known for Harley down for anything, so she might be Harley. Yeah, so.
The last time I went with the girls and Jeff Comic-Con Henson, and the girls just wanted pictures with cosplayers the whole time. I had a camera roll of them with any cosplayer they liked the whole day.
Whatever
was
happened
hilarious.
to Jessica Negri? Didn't she do cosplay?
She still is. She still does cosplay.
Okay.
The WonderCon guest list is wonderful.
I
kid you not. Yeah,
Fun,
you got Gail Simone, Marv Wolfman.
Oh, Marv's gonna make it.
John doesn't know who Gail Simone is.
I don't. I have not read it. I've only read a little bit of her Birds of Prey and a little bit more of her.
A bigger set lady, redhead.
Did you say Marv Wolfman?
Yes, I said Marv Wolfman. Yes,
I didn't know Marv had been announced. I'm so pumped on that. There's a bunch
then Heroes is interesting too. I saw that Heroes line up a little bit.
Me and Durs have been slapping Heroes around, being like, add this person, add that person.
Yeah.
There's a hole in there.
I think Jenny Prison is on there too. I think so. That's cool.
Jim, what do you think of my brunette girlfriend to the right of me?
This guy, man. This guy.
Great. She all right? Okay. Good. Good deal. You can have the blondes.
Yeah, but that I know who you're talking about with that Jessica, girl. I remember she used to do a lot of cosplay. Yeah, she's always on Facebook doing that.
She used to be huge, and then I haven't really seen anything.
Yeah.
Well, she's still huge. It's just she's more huge in the other one.
John said Gail Simone's going to go write
Secret
Uncanny
Six.
X.
Yeah.
He's going to write Uncanny. She's going to write Uncanny. So
yes, sir.
Well, she's written Red Sonja before, so she's written Sonja and her Sonja ain't bad.
I actually like some of the Birds of Prey stuff that John didn't know about.
I only read a little bit of that. Sure. I read more of her Batgirl stuff.
Secret Six with Deathstroke.
Everybody mentioned Secret Six. I've never heard of this book.
Secret Six was so good.
What is this? Can someone explain what this is?
Cliff probably could. I can't.
Secret Six spun out of the pages of Villains United during Infinite Crisis, right?
Okay.
So they became this like elite team to get shit done who are like, wait a second. Maybe what Luthor is doing is too evil. So they were brought together by Mockingbird, right?
Okay.
Who basically in every version of the Secret Six, but we're talking about Gail's modern version, right? But every version of them, there's a Mockingbird who like leads them. So think of Mockingbird like their oracle to Birds of Prey, right? So shit, I can't remember who went to recruit Catman, but it was fabulous. Like Catman, the last time we saw him, he was in Green Arrow. He was all overweight and like beat down and a mess. And now he's in the jungles of Africa. He's like playing with his big lion buddy. He's totally buff and shirtless in the wild. And he's like, no, I don't want any part of that. Like, no, that life is behind me. But of course, someone does something stupid and he gets involved. I forgot what their first mission was, but like,
who's the team? Who makes up the six? Who's the team?
So it was Catman, Ragdoll, Deadshot, a Parademon, and Knockouts from Apocalypse. I think those were the five.
I can legit say I don't know any of these characters.
Well, that's the beauty,
Deadshot,
and that's why you should read it because you actually end up getting
from the movie.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. Oh,
That
okay.
I'd never read a Deadshot comic, but I've never liked it. I liken Suicide Squad to Guardians of the Galaxy in that they make reasonably good movies and horrible comics that I never want to read.
There's
Oh,
Like
Steve
every
Rogers.
every
Seven
Guardians run and every
Every single-
Suicide Squad run I've read, I've hated.
I have one run of Guardians
Man, I love
in a
Suicide
trade, and I
Squad.
loved
I
it.
maybe I'm just reading all the wrong
There's
ones, but
one
I've
that
just
was
been
actually
bored to
pretty good.
tears.
Yeah, the Donny Cates one was okay. It wasn't like it
Oh,
wasn't
oh
great.
God, any Guardians in the last 10 years
Yeah.
is trash.
I
It's
don't
just
think
trash.
I have the Donny Cates one, but
Yeah, the
All right,
Donny
so the-
Cates one was okay. It wasn't like
That was
you
the
know,
only one I
somebody
read
call
was
home
the
about.
Donny Cates one.
Okay.
Yeah.
John
So-
said you mean Vandal Savage, or he said
No,
Scandal?
Scandal.
Savage?
Vandal's daughter,
I think he's
Scandal.
being
Oh,
facetious.
Scandal. Yeah.
So
Okay.
the original,
That's
so the Secret Six from Villains United is Catman, Cheshire, Deadshot, Scandal Savage,
Oh,
Rat
Scandal
Gal, and the
Savage.
Parademon. And Catman replaced Fiddler after Fiddler got killed.
Okay.
And then
I think I've read a couple of Catman in Batman books, but that's about it.
But you didn't
Right.
read any of the Villains United? I mean, come on. Man.
yeah, Villains
No.
United was fabulous. All of
No.
Infinite Crisis was fabulous. Infinite
Yeah.
Crisis was the last time that I loved a crossover event.
Okay, because I was gonna say I have been burned enough times to know now that I don't read events. I just don't read.
Yeah,
events.
yeah.
That's fair.
I learned that with the Batman.
I walk
Batman. What was
away
it? One
from
of the
all
Batman
that.
ones.
Yeah.
Listen, after Infinite Crisis, that's when everything went downhill. Infinite
Yeah.
Crisis was very good, really successful. And then I think 52 came after that, and that was really successful. And everything they've given us after that has been a shit show. Final Crisis, Heroes in Crisis, Dark Crisis.
There's always a crisis.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
always
like
a
the
crisis.
beginning to Heroes in Crisis, but I didn't really.
Yeah, I
trailed
didn't
off
mind
at
Heroes
the
in
end.
Crisis that much. I thought that was
I trailed
okay.
off the end.
That's because you don't love Wally West.
I
If you
like the
loved
Yeah,
con-
I
like the
don't-
concept.
I don't have.
you would
Yeah.
realize the abomination you were reading.
I like the
Yeah,
concept of
true
Heroes
story.
in Crisis.
I just look
and
at it as a
I
what
like
if.
the writing.
That's
and
why I
I
like
like
the
is it
Heroes
Clayman?
so much,
I
because
think
it really
Clayman's
had-
art,
West.
but I don't. I
Rebirth
never
was
was
amazing.
connected to Wally the same way a lot of fans from the '90s were. So like Wally never meant to me the same he did to others.
Yeah. And by the way, 80s and 90s, okay? It's the love affair with Wally starts in the new Teen Titans and carries on.
Yeah.
He was always, but he and Aqualad were always my least favorite Titans. Like I didn't.
Yeah, I
need
don't
them.
like
I was
You know-
always happy to
By
have
the
them.
way, it's so funny because they went from being my least favorite to among my favorite. It took a lot of time because when we first meet Wally in the early George Perez run, he's
Yeah.
very conservative. He's straight up calling Wonder Girl too liberal. And I'm like, I don't like you, you little punk. I'm like, I'm having none of this, you know? And then once Barry dies and he's the Flash
Yeah.
and this is it, I was like, wow. I can give you a chance. And then he just starts having all these incredible stories. Like his first villain right off the bat is Vandal Savage, and then he has to fight Kilgore and all this other crazy stuff until it gets to the point much later in his series where he's like fighting alongside Hawkman, and Hawkman's like, Wally, I don't think anyone tells you this enough. It's like Barry would be really proud of you, and I'm like, oh, this is such a
And-
beautiful message.
I will say I have quite a number of that like Flash Wally becoming Flash run. And
Mhm.
Brother John's mentioning Mark Wade.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're my younger daughter Charlie's books, and I haven't read as many of them because she keeps her books. Dad can't touch her books without asking.
Right.
That's fair. That's fair.
You guys respect that.
Well,
sure.
I'm getting. I understand that, but I'm getting ready to start tomorrow. I'll be posting. So my son is not into the comics, but what he was into from probably the age of 4 has been all of the monster stuff. So King Kong, Godzilla, specifically Godzilla. So my wife was like, "Well, I want to." If this is what he likes, then we're going to get him stuff. We're going to do this. So we took him
Sure.
we've even taken him to cons. They have a thing called G Fest in Chicago. And it's like, 3,000-4,000 of these people come together for the love of, Godzilla. So I asked him, I said, hey, you have a significant amount of toys and statues that we bought you over the years. I would like to shoot a little short of these and start posting them because the movie's coming out at the end of the month. So we did that today. But he was like, "Okay, listen, here's the deal. You don't touch them. You just tell me where you want me to, how you want them placed, and then shoot your video." And I was just like, "Oh my God, really?" And he's like, "Yeah, really. I don't touch your comics. You don't touch mine." And I was like,
like, you're my kid, aren't you?
yeah, I respected it. I was like, fine. So it was fun. We shot a bunch of different stuff because I don't know one from the other. He can hold this one up and go, "This is 1962. This is 2000. Get with the program." And I'm like, they look the same to me. That's why I needed him so I could, write out what it is because I have no clue. But it was fun. That's why I understand what you're talking about with your daughter and her books. She's like, "Dad, don't touch my books, man."
Yeah, Charlie's always had more of the Archie early DC, stuff, and just doesn't. I have to ask, and it's fine. She's got her short boxes. My oldest, Kate, likes trades. Like she wants the story. She doesn't want to collect any of it. She wants to read it. So giving her hardcovers, omnis, trades, that's where she's at, and she would love to read a ton of. So like all the Stranger Things trades, she's read all of them. That's just she wants to read it. She doesn't want to collect it, and I get it.
I got some books from Dope, an AOK from Dope, and I've started reading them, and this is one of them I got, which oddly enough, I used to see this all the time inside the DC books for ads. And I read it and I'm like, this is a terrible Aquaman. First of all, it's the second it's the second part.
I have that issue.
Story, but
I have that issue.
It should have been this should have been Batman. He's not in the water until like the very end, and it blows up and he almost dies. I'm like, the whole time he's out, he's fighting the mob. I'm like, this should have been a Batman story. What is this? It was.
Who wrote it?
I love it.
Who wrote
it? You know what? I don't even remember because I know it's Jim Aparo.
That's how bad it was.
I don't even remember. It's Steve Skeets, Skeates. He's the script, and then Dick Giordano edited it.
Not what I was expecting.
Yeah, it was just this is from I think this is from 69.
Well, Steve's
19
1969. He lived to last year. He passed away last April. But he was co-creator of Hawk and Dove and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He was a little bit of not as hard as the guy I'm thinking of whose name is not coming to me, but he knew how to write stuff and push things.
Right. Well, I loved this cover, and I'm happy to have it, and I'm appreciative of it. But I read the story and it was trash. And then I got the Flash one, and I loved it. I love the Flash story. The Flash story always, Flash is all about the science end of things. Like if I flux my molecules just right, I can get through this. So I love that.
Was that a Nick Cardy? Because most of my early Aquaman stuff is Nick Cardy.
Oh no.
I just love the Nick Cardy art. The story doesn't necessarily mean as much to me as his amazing.
It's Aparo,
drawings.
But and I don't even know. I'm almost too afraid to take this one out of the bag and read it. It's just so beautiful. I love it.
Oh, nice.
I just bought. What I did is I bought the amazing. There's a really cool Doom omnibus, the Book of Doom, and it collects all of his early stuff across his first appearances, his key FF stuff, and then all of those Marvel graphic novels stories that he did, like the Doom and Doctor Strange, I have read, I would say, a quarter of it, but to have it all in one place and just to be able to read Doom as a character across eras, that I'm looking forward to doing that omnibus and just reading through the whole thing.
The only problem with omnibus is they're finding a place to put them. And for trying to read it in bed too.
I also the key for me, Jeff, has just been controlling how many I buy.
Yeah,
I cleared out almost all of my traditional chapter book novels, and I've replaced them with graphic novels over the last 5 years. There's still I
got that Teen Titans one, and it's still sitting on my nightstand. I've been trying to read it. I'm like, I can't read my leg when I sleep. One time, I'm like, because I'm reading it.
Right. Yeah. I get it.
John
get it.
says
I've
you
been
have to
trying to
get,
be good
Kate-
about him.
John says you have to get Kate Starman. The trade.
Yep.
Starman.
I've never read it, so I'll have to. I've never read it, so I don't know
Oh
it.
my
Oh
gosh,
my
it's like
God,
his holy
dude,
grail.
Have you not heard how amazing it is?
I've never even heard of this character unless you're talking about the Jeff Bridges film.
Oh, I
and
love
then yes,
the
I've
Jeff
heard
Bridges
of
film. I love
it.
Okay, okay. Stop it right there.
John, I
Do
thought
not.
she was like DC heavy, man. Even I've heard of Starman for crying out loud.
I don't know him. No,
Dude, James
Come on,
Robinson
John.
Starman is like top tier, like comic book storyline. Like it's like if you're like, oh, what's an amazing top tier miniseries? Kingdom Come, Watchmen.
Mhm.
What's an amazing comic book character run? Chris Claremont's X-Men, James Robinson Starman. Like we're not talking like it's not like you don't just snub your nose and walk past this. You know,
I'm not even snubbing my nose. I'm just legit saying I've never even heard in this
You're getting-
community
Yeah, but, like,
people
you're
mention
getting clipped
Starman.
all worked up here.
I'm with you too, John. I've never heard of Starman.
Look at this top row here. Is like I've never even heard of this.
Never heard of Starman.
What states are you in? Because
Jeff
I bet the
Bridges.
whole book burning states. Because this
Massachusetts, California, and then Kansas over there, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay, Kansas has an
No.
excuse. Massachusetts,
Iowa,
zero
not
excuse.
Kansas.
You're on the
Iowa,
East
sorry,
Coast.
Iowa.
Iowa. Come on, man.
Yeah.
The Heartland. Let's
And
go.
then California has no excuse.
No,
Yeah,
No
California should
excuse.
have
I don't have
zero
excuses for
excuse.
anything. It's just ignorance.
James Robinson Starman.
I don't even know who James Robinson is. Is this a famous writer or
Oh
artist?
my
I don't know who this
God.
person
When did you
is.
start collecting comic books?
You could legitimately be mentioning like a baseball player, and I would have no clue. who
Okay,
James
so you have
Robinson
only
is.
been reading comics for the last 16 years.
I mean, I will say DC
Yes.
comic books
Me,
potentially.
yes.
Okay. All right.
Like,
Yeah.
like I was a
so Chris
Marvel
is a-
kid
Chris
in
is a
the
big DC
80s and
person,
90s.
so, yeah.
I was only reading Marvel.
This isn't even about me being a big DC person.
No,
This
no,
is-
I know that.
This is like you know this, right? Like you.
How about
you
Jeff?
hang
I
out
want to
in a
hear
comic
Jeff's.
book shop.
Jeff,
You've
tell me
heard
about
Yeah, I want
Starman.
Jeff's opinion.
I've heard
Yeah.
I've heard of Starman. I've heard of him, but I haven't read nothing yet. But I've heard of
Oh.
him though, at least.
So you only got two out of, you got two
But
out of six.
when I say James Robinson Starman, like it resonates with you. It's not like a foreign
Right.
like, concept.
I've heard of it. I've heard of it. Yes. I've heard
Carl,
of people
Carl, have you heard of
mention
the
that read
Starman?
it.
No, besides Jeff Bridges, no.
Oh, so we got-
That's why he said the top row.
We got three
It's like
people.
I wish I had, I
top
wish I had a
row.
little
We're
orb right now.
we're split. So basically,
Look
I
it up,
kicked this
John.
bottom row out. Besides Jim,
I'm
but-
I'm legit gonna figure this the best way to read this. I don't have the DC app, so I've got to start looking for trades or omnis or something.
The
I'm gonna have to
omnibus
look
is
this
that-
up
Trade.
too.
Yeah. I'm
How
sure
many
there's a
how many
trade.
omnis are Starman? Like, is this like
How
a
many-
300 issue series? I don't
How
even know
many
this
titles
book.
are there?
No, no,
No,
no,
but
no,
like
no.
it's like 4 omnibuses, maybe.
I would,
Okay, 4 omnibus?
Maybe
Holy
3.
crap!
Jesus.
John, I don't even remember how far
Damn.
it went.
I mean,
I
I'm,
was
I'm,
waiting
I'm
to
in the middle of the 4th Claremont omnibus. That's a crap ton of reading. Holy cow!
That's a lot.
Well, they, I mean, yeah, I think he's probably right. It's got to be at least 4.
Wow.
Damn.
Dude, they
And
cover.
does this
everything.
character cross into like other books? Is he
Yeah,
like
you better believe he does,
Okay.
baby. He's there. He's there for everything.
I've never been so shamed in my life.
Yo, he is
I feel
the
like his
son.
outfit was
He
cool.
is the son of the Golden Age Starman.
This
This
is the
shit
best.
joke. You know, his
All
brother
right.
died being Starman, and he ended up with Costa Prod. And he's like, "Well, I never asked for this life." And then, but the DC universe doesn't ask.
I've
you.
got Jeff,
DC
Dave,
universe tells
and
you.
I got Jeff, Dave, and
Oh,
Carlito
so
sitting
do
around me
I
going,
gotta
I'm
go
glad
all
he's
the way
not
back to
talking
the
to me.
Golden Age and start with this now?
I'm really glad he's not.
Where do I
talking to me.
start?
No, you're
Yeah.
not.
Don't
Everything
worry
you need,
about the
everything
dad.
you need is there. But it's
In
the
the
fact
James,
that, like,
I got to go straight to the James Robinson era, though, right? That's like
yeah, and
Yeah.
like you'll get everything you need, and it's really beautiful.
okay.
Stars My Destination is a time space travel thing he gets caught in, and it's like so beautiful. And
What
he gets
what decade are we talking about here?
late 90s, early 2000s.
Oh, that explains it too, because I
Okay.
was out of collecting at that time.
Yeah, I didn't start either.
Yeah.
then.
that explains the original run.
Hey,
Nick, what's up?
yo, Nick, what's
Nick is
up?
we missed you, Nick, wherever you are.
Nick, you need to join for
I
at
only
least
know
5 minutes. Come on, man. Just hang out for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But I cannot.
I'm gonna kick this Starman loving guy over here out for like 5 minutes.
I am
You joined
absolutely
for-
fascinated by this. I will also
But
say though,
seriously though, where have I been? I feel like an
because
idiot
Cliff,
too.
I'm still finishing the original Sandman. Like I haven't even gotten through the 3 omnis for Sandman. I'm still in the midst of the second omnibus for that for the first time. Like
You're
that's
into
how
some
far back
serious
I'm on that.
omnis, John. Jeez.
Well, I read the first Omni and absolutely loved it, and then I just got the other 2 out for a steal. So I was like, I'm gonna get the set, and now I'm finally getting around to reading them.
He's like,
I love that. He's just like,
And I can just see off screen. He's like, unsubscribe, unfollow.
yeah.
oh man.
I'm trying, Cliff. I'm trying. I'm growing. I'm growing.
There you go, John. This is what
When Cliff
this is what
meets
my-
me, he's just gonna be like, slap. I'm gonna slap the stupid out of you right now.
Nah,
This is-
I wouldn't
this
do
is-
that unless I really like you.
I was,
I didn't say it was my face.
That's right, and neither did I. But
I was
I can't tell you. I like the early.
You're telling me a lot, so I'm curious
Yeah,
what you can't tell me.
I'm just like, dude, like I have a priority system on how I'm going to like read or watch things, right? I need to be invested, but I also really need to be entertained. You know, like I never finished Sandman. All the characters I cared about were wrapped up in like the first 5 arcs, and I was like, after that, I was like, you know what? Now we're meandering, and that was it. I was done. And
Right.
I never read any of it. I never read any. We're talking Neil Gaiman, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're talking
I read
Neil
It's
parts
Gaiman.
of
very,
it.
I never
it's very
read any of
poetic
it.
and really beautiful.
Now,
Yeah,
I will
the
say,
first
Jim, if
omnibus.
you've read the like previous Silver Age Sandman, they tie that in the early arcs to let you understand
Is that
what
right?
that Sandman means to the current Sandman. And it's very clever, the like recreation of the character in a sense.
Yeah.
Part of what I
Well,
loved
and
about the
that-
early arcs.
That's kind of what goes on in Starman, except of course
Okay.
that it's Golden Age Starman's kid. But what's funny is that both of those titles work their way to meeting the Justice Society of America,
Right.
right? Because the
And then in the
Sandman
end, who gets the rod?
Ooh,
Starman,
this
At the
sounds-
end-
now you got my interest.
Star
Yeah.
Girls.
right? And
Who
in
gets
the
the rod?
end, who
Who gets the
becomes
rod?
who becomes Dream?
Rod the Rican? What?
It's the it's
Wait,
the it's
is
the,
this related
his
to
power-
Stargirl, the like blonde chick that's like
Yes,
super
right.
Okay,
Wait, is it really?
Oh, okay.
And you know
Yeah,
she
when
has
he-
that she has that cosmic rod.
Yeah,
I
when
still
he
haven't
was
read
younger,
any of
whatever you
her
wanna
character,
call
but
it.
I've
He has
at least
the rod.
heard of her.
Yeah,
I've
when he
definitely
was,
seen
when,
her
when
covers.
Jack,
I love her
when Jack
covers.
Knight retires.
Okay.
When
Gotcha.
Jack Knight retires, he
Stargirl.
gives her the staff.
He gives her the
Oh, he
rod.
gives her
Gives
the,
her the
staff,
rod.
the rod.
the cosmic rod.
Well,
I'm getting a little
He's
more.
checking
it's a
that
cosmic
out.
rod, Cliff.
To be specific and not dirty, the original thing is a cosmic rod, and it's smaller. But
Oh.
he uses the
It
cosmic
was only like
staff,
that.
and
Wait.
then
Like
she
that
gets the
big.
cosmic staff, and then
Jim.
she utilizes the cosmic staff.
Her cosmic rod is bigger than his.
No,
Is that what-
his cosmic
getting more
staff
interesting by the second.
is her.
Yeah,
cosmic-
no, I mean
Oh,
not
okay,
playing
they
around there
share.
for real. The Golden Age Starman had a like a basically it was like that big, like it was literally just a rod he held in his hand,
Yeah,
and then
magic.
when it's
Like a crowbar almost.
It wasn't like magic. It was supposed to be like science based, I
It's
believe,
super
and then
science that only he understands, basically.
right, because it was the Golden Age.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah,
And there's the
exactly.
cosmic
There you
rod.
go. And so then when they did that one, his son, it was all of a sudden it was a staff. And I don't know the nuances of it, that'd be the other freckle faced guy that you guys know. He knows in detail all of that because he read it and he's like, you got to read this. I'm like, no, I'm good. He's like, no, you need to read this. So I haven't read it yet, but
Jim,
he wants me to read it.
Dave, what are you reading right now?
Jim, put the
Apparently,
metal
I need to
detector
read
down
this
and read
Starman.
Starman.
Okay, yeah, but besides Starman, I mean,
Put the metal detector down. No, I'm not doing that.
I mean,
I
what
just
do you-
Going
I
out
just
to
started
Of
this.
course,
I just
yeah.
opened this up.
Ooh, what's that?
A little Superman manga. When I went to the library, picked this up the other day.
I gotta go. I have to find this.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So
Are
I
you
just started
stoked
that.
for the James Gunn Superman?
I want to be.
Yeah, we'll see. Trying to be.
You know what I think is cute? Joe at Anachronic Comics, he did a review of My Adventures with Superman, the animated series for Adult Swim, right? And he actually loved it and was like, I hope James Gunn is taking notes for what Superman should be. And I was like, oh my God, this man is in his 70s and he's loving this show. I was like, I feel so warm inside.
Well, I mean, he is taken from the stuff he posted that he's taken from. I'm like, okay, I can see that.
I can see it too, but that's a very hefty cast.
Yeah,
and depending on what you do, it could go either way.
Hopefully, it's more subtle. Like, it's not going to be a bunch of outright villains and people all up in the front. It's going to be they're kind of in the background. And then that will lead into later movies, which would be great.
Yeah.
But
you're right. I would love that. If we're just getting little moments.
Yes, little tiny snippets.
Yeah.
And maybe if Superman walks in the Hall of Justice, All-Star Superman, awesome. I mean, if like Superman walks through the Hall of Justice at one point, I wouldn't be like horrified.
Right.
You know?
All right, Cliff, I just bought the first 2 compendiums, so they're on the way.
Awesome.
Holy shit.
Just because of you
I can't
and
believe
Jim.
you. Hey,
John,
don't put me into this.
I'm absolutely.
It's all him.
No, you're totally involved. You're totally involved.
Look, I can't point that way.
Your DNA is involved.
It's that guy right there.
It was.
Yeah, that guy right there. That guy.
I had
to
I emptied the kids' college fund, but it's worth it. I'm sure.
I love it. It's worth it. It's worth it. Those little bastards don't deserve nothing.
I want you to blame John. Blame John. Blame brother John.
John, can you do an audio recording reading of that so I?
That sounds like a phenomenal because I haven't done a lot of those since I got so hit by Harry Potter. Like J.K. Rowling slapped me so hard for trying to read some of those.
Or if you could get the robot to
walk away from her, but now I can maybe James Robinson's going to be more friendly.
Yeah, he won't care.
Get the robot to do
it. He is a character, but he won't be transphobic, so that'll be fun.
So at least I can maybe read it on live and people will enjoy it.
It's a little bit wild, but yeah, I think we could read it live.
I'm surprised you got hit with the Harry Potter ones. I'm surprised you got hit with
you know what it was, Jeff? I had been reading those live. I read all of 3 and all of 4, and I was thinking about, what do I want to keep doing this? I did 2, 3, and 4 with my daughter when she was reading them because I was reading them to them, and then I just thought, I'll just read it live. And it was something I did with my students too, so I do voices, and I was having a blast with it. It was just silliness, and I started recording them just each chapter by chapter.
Yeah, I remember watching a couple of them. Yeah.
And it was like 2 years or 3 years of nobody watching them except the people that watched live. And it was fine. Like 30 people would watch or 20 people would watch. And it was fun. And if you caught one live, yeah, fun. If not, whatever. And then all of a sudden that video game came out and those videos exploded. Like some of those would get 40,000 views. Like they would get insane views.
Right.
And I was like, okay, what's going on? Wow. And I finished book 4 and I was like, I'm done. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't really feel like this is necessary. And then all of a sudden those videos started getting even more views and I just got hit with a copyright strike. Not even like a claim, but a full strike. Got hit. And I just took them all down. I emailed the person. I took them down and I made them all private. Yeah. But they didn't even ask for that. They just hit me with the strike and they refused to reply to my emails. Wow. And I just basically took them all down and that was the end of it. That was as far as it went. But I do want to go back to doing those kind of readable.
Weird that the person hit you with the strike didn't want to reply back.
I found they have to give you an email when they do that. So I emailed them and then I found their website and I tried to email the owner of the website. Still nothing. Absolutely just silence. And it was just me showing the book and then reading the pages. Like it wasn't me.
So that shouldn't have any problem.
And most of the time it was me saying, "Hey, you can get this at Barnes and Noble. Like you should check it
out."
Oh,
that's probably
I was promoting it. Yeah. I wasn't saying like don't read it. I was like saying, whatever. But I mean,
YouTube's finicky about.
I don't own the property, so it's
Right.
definitely fair. Like I don't own it.
Right, and you're
Right.
and
It's
you're
not fair.
infringing
Oh,
on
yeah.
their audiobook territory when you do that.
Correct.
That's what
Yeah.
it is.
It's the
Okay.
Audible side of things.
Yeah.
for
Right, right.
sure. So
Yeah,
we'll
right.
see if maybe I'll give it a shot and read the first couple issues
Were
live
those
and see
videos
what happens. Cliff.
monetized?
No, I never monetized
See,
them. I
so
never
that's
made
what
those
I don't
videos.
understand.
I never put that. There was no ads that I put
Unless
on
you're
them.
making
Like,
money
I
off
made
it, who cares?
I intentionally did it as a teacher.
Someone can listen to the book for free while my audiobook is out there. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
that's what it.
I will
That's
say,
what. That's
like,
I can
why I
invite
got
20
hit.
friends.
Was that?
I can invite 20 friends over to watch one of my 4K
Here's
Blu-rays.
the reason
free
I don't think they
instead
emailed
of
me
them
back.
watching it on Amazon. Who cares?
Yeah.
There's a
so
loophole
stupid.
in this whole thing, which is that when COVID hit, J.K. Rowling said my books can be freely read on YouTube. Like I don't care.
There
Like
you
I'm
go.
not
Right.
charging any of it. So she opened the
Right.
door, but I think that when COVID ended, she closed it like without saying it,
Well, it might not
and
even
that's
be
when I
free.
got hit.
It could be.
Oh,
So I
okay.
started
$10
reading
I
them during
bet you-
COVID as a
I bet
teacher,
you-
as an
I bet you
educator.
had
I was like,
nothing
I'm
to
just
do with
reading
her.
it.
I bet you had nothing to do with her. I bet you
Yep.
it's all the people who follow the proceeds that they rely on from the audiobooks and
Exactly.
shit, and
Right.
they're the ones.
She probably
that's
she
got the
probably
mysterious
loves it.
email and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
I
can't
didn't
imagine
fight
she
it,
could
but
care.
you know.
yeah.
No, she
I
wouldn't.
do, but I do want to go back to reading things on my channel. I thought it was kind of fun, and I don't know if the comics is necessarily the correct option.
Dude,
I was looking
how-
at things that are in the public domain.
How our whole community isn't slapped left and right
Right.
Yeah.
with copyright shit for
Right.
reading Frank Miller's Daredevil and
Oh my
all
God.
that shit. You know, like I'm like.
I mean,
how
I'm
is
showing
it
every
going?
single page of every single
Yeah,
X-Men book on my
Yeah,
channel.
like
every time I
Comics
do it.
Explained and all those guys.
All
I'm
of them.
surprised they don't get
Yes,
hit with
yes.
nothing
Yeah.
either.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
and I'm like, and I don't get it. I'm like, where does this? Where in the fair use universe does this land?
Yeah.
Fair,
Right?
It's
Well,
like
I think
like-
also it has to do with, you got to remember. I mean, you're promoting a comic, even if it's an
Right.
old comic, a storyline. You're
Yeah.
keeping that alive, because let's be honest. I mean, I go to my LCS almost every week, and I just don't see a lot of small people in there. They're all older men,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
a couple of teenagers here and there. But there's no mom coming in with little Bobby going,
True.
"Oh man, I
Yeah.
can't wait to get this Batman." They're just not there, and they're worried that, hey, this is going to be the end of this print, and it might be all digital one day, and that's a reality that people have to really seriously. So I think by me holding up a book and saying, "This is what I read, and let's go through it," they're not going to care, because
well,
they want
and
you to.
Justin
I'm
and
so
I
happy
always.
you held up Suicide Squad. You have no idea. I love Nicole Maines.
But Justin
read it,
and
it
I
was
always
good.
try to highlight the omnibus and be like, "Hey, there's a new omnibus. This is for sale." For
Yeah.
our side of it, we're trying
Yeah.
to share it as like buy the omnis if
Yeah.
you have never read
Yep.
these. Here's
Right,
the
right.
way to do it. You know.
Yeah,
For
I
sure.
don't think they have a problem with it at all. I really don't.
Jeff, you got any new vampy stuff yet?
Not new Vampy, but I got a new the cosplay cover. One of the cosplay covers, a metal cover.
Nah, nobody cares.
I just got it in
We
today.
just want to know about the new vampy.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, I don't know if you guys seen this one yet. So this one.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey yo,
Oh, that
Who's the,
hold
who's
on.
the artist?
hold on.
I forget the artist's name, but they did it after the cosplayer, because she did a Draculina cover like this, and they
Is that signed?
they did.
It
Yeah,
is,
it's signed by the artist.
Nice.
I think they were talking about that. Isn't it Christopher Priest writes that?
Yeah, Christopher
Yeah.
Caprice is
Christopher
writing
Priest.
the 6. They're trying to hit 700.
Right.
So yeah, but if you haven't read Caprice's run from the beginning, you're gonna be lost in these issues when you
I
start
like most
with
of
these.
his. I like most of his run on Deathstroke.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot,
Yeah.
like what was it? Okay, yeah, and then I picked up this metal cover of Rachel,
Oh,
Rachel
hold
Holland.
on. I gotta make you big for that.
it
I kind of figured you would.
makes all of us big.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, I don't care about the metal cover. Then he sees it. He's like, oh, let me embiggen you real quick.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
There you go.
oof,
Number 2 of 5. So
that is
Yeah.
fire
That's
right
awesome.
there.
yep, I met her and she was really cool. So she was really nice and
Oh,
everything.
you
so.
met her? Damn.
Yep.
A lot of them go to cons these days. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I need to go to.
Well,
some
because
cons.
Comics Elite is they work with her a lot, so that's
Yeah.
who's gonna have her out over there. So if you go to Walk by Comics Elite's booth, she'll be at that booth.
I'm always
MegaCon,
amazed.
I'll be down there next year for MegaCon.
Yeah, so she'll probably be there at Comics Elite again,
I
because
wanna try to
Comics
get
Elite
to
seems to bring
back
her out all the
east.
time.
I want to try to
Yeah.
get to a back east con in 2025.
MegaCon, pretty much.
I've done Mega. I want to try Heroes maybe, or
Oh, yeah.
get up
Heroes,
to New England somewhere. I know that they
Oh,
got
yeah.
lots
Yeah,
of
what's
good
the
ones.
one in
If
Baltimore?
you go to New
or whatever?
England, you go to
What's
Trip
that
Baltimore
one?
Comic Con.
Okay.
I've been to
Yeah.
Baltimore Comic Con. It is great. That's another
is.
great one.
It's
But
a
I will-
Yeah, we'll
giant
do
con.
we'll do Heroes.
Okay,
Heroes,
so
Heroes, but next
here's-
year Heroes then. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna lay it out for you, John. First of all, let me
Okay.
show Carlito. Look, I have never owned a Lisner book, and so I was flipping through at the LCS. They have a whole short box of different signed books, and so I picked up this one, and
Ooh,
it's
nice.
it's just a
Ooh.
2003 sketchbook of
Mhm.
Lisner work, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be nice. There's no words in it, but yeah, it's gonna have a lot of that. And he signed
Okay.
it, so I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
But unembiggened, because I'm going to tell you.
I'm big.
John- So, John, here's the thing. I've been to Heroes, and I've obviously I've been to Baltimore 50 billion times because I live right here. So the difference between Baltimore and Heroes is Baltimore, the convention center. I don't understand why they do it, but they don't spread it out enough. You're literally too close to other people as you're,
That's the thing about MegaCon.
it's too tight. But at Heroes,
I loved it when I was there.
I'm not saying it's it's a great con. I mean,
Yeah.
it's an absolutely great con. And I even took my wife to it once, and of course, where she is just different type of reader from me. She went and gravitated towards Matt Kent before Matt Kent did Berserker, and he did all these other things. And she's like, I want you to buy me all these books. And I was like, okay, I don't know this guy, but okay. But it's a great con, but it's so tightly compact. And at Heroes, total opposite. You have acres of room to walk, and you don't feel like you're gonna, this guy that's standing next to you stinks. I mean, you're not gonna pass out.
Yeah, that's the problem, really.
But at Baltimore, you're like right next to the guy. And also at Heroes, they tend to haggle more. I mean, obviously cash is king. And so if you go, really, is this a $10 book? Or $20 book? I've got a $10 bill right here. And the guy's like, just give me, just go.
I was spoiled at Baltimore because I went with the Comic Core group that year that they basically had their own booth and they were interviewing artists almost all day long. So I interviewed Brian Azzarello. I talked with Mike Zeck. It was like really fun. And I was basically just supporting them and running the booth, selling comics. They had a few long boxes. So I was selling books on the side. And then going around and grabbing, hey, Jeff Lemire, do you want to come do an interview? Bringing him over. So I had a booth. I could leave my bag. I could go and circulate. Right. And that's
the easiest part. If you have a booth, I had a bag.
I had a special badge so I could get in early and stay late.
Yeah.
So it was a different kind of con experience.
I mean, that was the con that, when I found out that Stan Lee was going to be there, I said to my wife, I said, I think I need to go see this. I need to go see Stan. She's like, sure, I'll buy you a package. So she bought a package for me and a friend of mine to go and, get an autograph and picture with Stan Lee and all this stuff. And then we had a friend that worked at the Hilton. So she's like, look, you just do it for 3 days and just stay at the Hilton. Don't even come home. And I was like, wow. And I mean, literally, I could drive back and forth, but she was like, I don't want you to miss any of this con. This looks like it's going to be a big deal. And that was probably the best, man. It was like 2015, and I loved it.
That's cool.
I met a girl there while I was waiting for some food that was cosplaying.
He keeps digging himself a hole again.
No. We were waiting in line. That's the other thing. John, they had the food court on the other side over there. And we were waiting in line to get some food, and she was dressed as man, I'm gonna say it long. Lilandra.
Yeah. Oh, did
Lilandra.
she have the cool bird hair?
Oh my God, the big hair.
I love it.
She had the tight outfit in the V cut with the whole thing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was just
Like I said,
I was just like, I love your cosplay. I bet you people don't know who you are unless you're an X-Men fan. And she was like, do you? And then she's like, well, check this out. And she pulled her inner part in there to make it a little tighter. And she had 2 X-Men tattoos right there on her inner thigh.
Wait, can you describe that
2
again?
X-Men
Do
symbols?
that again.
No.
I'm gonna pour myself another drink. You just keep talking. Just keep going.
But
don't slow
let
down
me tell
for
you, man, she went up into when they did the Stan Lee, Stan Lee did a
like a panel discussion or something.
like a panel discussion. Yeah.
Yeah.
She went up there and asked a question, and then he said, "So you must be a big X-Men fan." And she literally just unbuttoned her trousers and pulled down and said, "Yep, I've got tattoos right here." And he's like,
that's
Excelsior.
probably not the weirdest thing that happened to him that con.
Oh God, no, man! And that man has seen it all, and he just said Excelsior.
There it is.
Seen it all, yes.
Yeah, but yeah, that was
Oh,
when he was
yeah,
still
right.
spry. He was pretty
Oh,
spry.
yeah, it's
for-
surprised she didn't ask him to sign her
right
sign his
until the last month. Right until
Yeah.
the last month. I mean, that
But yeah.
man. And don't forget, he stole his wife from another man. No one forget that, all right?
But yeah, I love Baltimore, but I'll tell you, John, Heroes has way more space, and just as they have just as many good creators as Baltimore does.
Well, and I
mean,
noticed
they had Daniel
too,
Warren
the
Johnson
sheer
right there.
mass of community members that are in that area that are attending the con was the bigger seller for me. The reason I moved it up the list with C2E2 and other cons that I know I really want to go to eventually, because flying to a con is an absolute excessive opportunity, and I don't get I've done it twice in my entire life. So
You got the MegaCon and then the Baltimore one.
yeah. And
need to
so
do
for me,
C2E2,
I really
John.
want to
Come
pick
on.
the 2025 one that makes the most sense for me. I can't do it in 2024, but
Yeah,
Heroes is
right.
Heroes is high on the list for sure.
Yeah.
C2.
And I think
Well,
is it
it was-
Terrificon? Is it Terrificon that's up in Jersey?
Terrificon's really
Oh,
good too.
Connecticut.
I've never been to that one, but
Terrificon is my home
Nobody
con.
wants to go.
And
to
that's the one
Jersey.
I know
Come
that
on.
No Good Comics is trying to get me to go to, and now apparently
Yeah,
Cliff and
right.
Dave as well.
Nobody
Yeah,
wants
Yeah,
to go
last
to
time I
Jersey.
was
I'm only
there,
2 hours
I was
away.
there with No Good. I was there with Greg.
So those are
You know,
the two that are highest for me. C2E2 is a little less because it apparently is just a madhouse, and I don't know that I'm ready for. I get a little anxious with packed
No,
intense
to hell
crowds.
with C2E2. You want to go, go throw yourself into a center of violence for some bullshit.
Anyway, so
It's so good. I'll tell you, in the last year, the biggest joy I've had is finding Cliff. It is no question the
I have to,
greatest
Cliff.
joy
Chicago's
to my comic
thing.
collection and comic collecting has been finding Cliff and connecting with him. So I love it. It's amazing. So yeah, C2E2 fell way down the list, and Heroes and Terrificon have rose.
So
to the top.
Terrific. If you're gonna go to a con in New England, a Terrificon's
That's
the
great,
one to
John.
go
That's
to.
great, John. Good job.
yeah.
So Terrificon.
So,
Have you guys been at Terrificon before in Connecticut?
I've never
Many
been,
times.
but that's
I just
one that I've
interviewed
looked at.
Mitch recently.
So
I've never been.
and
I've
it's
never been there.
It's nice. It's like a.
Oh, hi,
it's
John.
not like a massive con like New York or anything. It's like a medium-sized con.
Yeah,
It's more tailored towards the creators and
That's what I hear.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of the comic cosplaying and the toys and stuff. It's more comics and comic creators, and it's at a casino too.
Now,
Oh, yeah,
that's
I
why
heard
about
Justin
that.
wants me to go there. Holy crap! It explains
That's
so much.
there's-
That guy, I swear.
So
he's
it's
trying
at
to get
it's
me
at
in the casino every
Mohegan
time.
Sun. So it's at a casino. You can wander
Yeah.
out and come back to the show, get some good food, go get some other
The-
entertainment
this-
in between.
What was
It's
the one of the
blast.
guys said? You don't have to wander out. You could stay in there and be okay. Just come out
Yeah.
the last
There
day.
it is. There it is.
Now, do they have a hotel that's right there with
Absolutely.
The hotels are attached to the casino.
the
Yeah.
casino? Yeah. So
That's
you
how
just
it
book
is. That's how it
your
is for my
hotel.
daughters. Like volleyball at this point. Even they go to Vegas. Like last year, they went to Vegas twice, and
Wow.
they play in the convention centers. In the I think they were in the Luxor one round, and it was all right in there. So you get your hotel stay, and you just go down the elevator, and you're in the convention center, and you go right into the games, and then you can get your dinners and stuff. I didn't get to go. I was working. My wife went both times. But it's the same kind of setup where it's like all like
inclusive.
Dave was saying, it's all inclusive.
It's all
I know
in
if Johnny
it.
ends up going, he's gonna end up going to Torpedo and all the other places.
I'm hoping to meet up with Sheena. I was bummed I missed out on one of those Vegas trips because I just wanted to hang out with Sheena. And it was funny because I had a video of my daughter and my wife going to dinner, and I saw Sheena posted a video of her walking along the strip, and I'm like, I think you just passed my family. Like I'm like no shit. Like within an hour they were walking the same set of the strip.
You walk the strip now, man. You liable to stumble. From what
Take
I
your
understand.
life in your hands.
Ain't nothing
Take your life in your hands.
Ain't nothing but a bunch of weed in there. It's like a weed cloud hangs over there. So I got Carlito, have you ever been to Planet Con? You're down that way, right?
So no, Burke would kill me for this, but so I've been invited.
That was just last week, right?
Times. Yeah.
Yeah, that was last week.
Once during the whole pandemic crap, and I was gonna go, and then I didn't. And then, this year I was supposed to meet him there, and I didn't because of work.
But I mean, like, I'm not trying to be ignorant about it, but I'm trying to figure out how is that a long drive? Because the Midwest is
like
just
3.5 hours, maybe.
Is it? Yeah. Okay.
I mean, Chicago's farther away, 5.5.
Well, that's why I asked, because you said C2E2's.
But I mean, Chicago is my city. I mean, that's just my soul.
Right. I understand. Yeah, so like
minus all the bullets, but after that,
minus all the bullets.
So like they have Baltimore here, and then my buddy is always wanting me to go to Steel City Con in Pittsburgh, but at this point I'm like, because every time I go, it's less and less comics, and it's now more toys, and they have a whole section in the back that you go and meet this person who played on one episode of Star Trek, or you know what I mean. Like, it's just, I mean, some of they have some good guests, but it's not my thing. I don't do that. I don't go and pay to get photos with people.
Yeah, the only reason we pay that much for MegaCon is just to hang out towards the end of it, end of the con. Really, it's not even for the con sometimes.
Honestly, this year if I'd went, I would have just went to hang out with all the people from the community. Like,
sure,
I probably wouldn't have spent that much at the con, but
right,
made that not possible. So.
Yeah, that was just my question. I didn't know how close it was to whether that was
about
a con.
3.5 hours, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
4 if I'm driving slow.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, I should just be going to Baltimore because it's right down the road, and I can just drive and be done.
So
I can
closer
go day
to Baltimore than you are Pittsburgh.
Yeah, absolutely. It only takes me like 45 minutes to get to Baltimore. Boom, done. I can go and come back each day. I wouldn't do Baltimore in 3 days again. I would just go on a Saturday and I won't do Baltimore 3 days. It's just not worth it.
That's usually how it is for me when I go to Terrificon. It's only a 45-minute drive.
Yeah. And I mean, John, in truth, Spidey, you pissed off Spidey, evidently.
Spidey.
Were you on his stream?
Oh no!
Simon.
I want Simon on the stream.
I will send Simon the link. Simon, I promised
yeah,
Carlito that if he did a St. Patrick's Day thing, I would make the time. I have not even had dinner. It's 9 o'clock at night. I have not eaten dinner yet.
No, you're making it worse, John. You're making it worse.
That's how much this guy means to me. Like Carlito, Carlito is worth it. And I anytime this guy sends the link, I try to make it happen.
Trying to get booted again, John? Because
I know that emotion, brings the robot to a standstill.
I was gonna say, I'm like, I don't have emotions, so this is like jamming me up here. This is making me feels strange.
Sorry, I won't say anymore. I'm gonna send Mad Spidey the link though.
Yeah, for sure, Simon.
You
Yeah.
should so he can come and yell at us.
We'll just kick.
Yeah,
The
I can
last
get
thing-
off.
We'll
Just
kick Jim.
So
out
you
of
all know,
here.
the last
can
two
get
messages
off.
between me and Simon are his link and now Carlito's link. Like that's how we communicate.
So-
I should go to bed
okay,
anyway. It's
so
midnight.
Yeah,
I need to get
gotta,
dinner at
I
some
gotta get
point.
to bed too. It's almost midnight here, and I
come
got
on,
work
Dave.
at 6.
Don't be a Bert. Come on, man.
I got work in the morning.
Don't be a- was that don't be a Burke?
Yes.
I gotta get up at 5:30, and I'm still drinking.
That's beautiful.
What's wrong with that?
I don't have to do
Done that
anything,
before?
but I don't
Nothing
want
at
to
all,
get
I guess.
kicked off by Carlito. I want to go willingly.
As it was
Well,
meant
well,
to
you know, I don't want to get.
You'll never get kicked off by me ever.
Well, I appreciate it, brother.
I still have a very big pour here.
Oh damn!
Yeah, I will
say
re-poured.
one more. I will say one more thing before I go, John, and just to think about with Heroes. When 2 years ago, and I remember we were probably on Legion stream, and I was like, man, I want to go to somewhere other than Baltimore. And that's when he said, well, Pops and I are going to Heroes Con. And I was like, what's that? I didn't even know what it was, because all I'd ever known is Baltimore, New York, or MegaCon. And I didn't have a clue about, and I knew it was going to MegaCon, and I didn't think I would be able to make it to New York. So he said, oh, Heroes Con's in Charlotte. I was like, that's drivable. And it's south. And I could probably get a place cheap and blah, blah, blah. So that's when I said, Beth, I'm going to go. And it was me, and I dragged my brother kicking and screaming, but he went. And then we met up with Mark and his dad, and it might have been maybe 10 of us.
Yeah.
But we had such a good time, and I went and was like, holy shit, there's a lot of space here, and they really do this well. Like the cosplay is way over there, the toys are way over there, and the comics are right here, and the artists are sprinkled all around. This is perfect. I went back.
I know
and was
that
like,
this
guys,
year the sheer
is
number
where
of
you need to
community
go.
members going this year is wild.
right, and we
Oh
talked.
yeah, the
So
Florida
then
guys are
last
going. So
year-
yeah, we don't travel out of Florida.
roll,
So
it's a whole other crew. It's
Right.
a whole other layer.
right.
yeah,
So
we
yeah.
don't travel
All
out
right.
of Florida at that. So
Get on,
you know
Spidey.
it's rare.
Carlito, I appreciate you letting me jump on, guys. I'm going to bed. I'll see you later. Bye,
Thanks
Spidey.
for joining us. Yeah.
Bye. Yeah.
Have a good
Good night,
bye.
weekend. Happy St. Pat's.
So John, you and I will just package our AOKs together.
Right. We'll figure out a way. I mean, shipping to Florida or to Australia is not a lot of fun.
No, it's not. No, it's not. And no matter what we do, he's gonna end up paying a fee on the other end.
Right.
Yeah, because
Exactly.
what was it? We ship the VV, and it's cost us almost $80 to ship the VV. So it's yeah.
Does VV
I
get
just
a
can imagine
YouTube
for
again, or
shipping
no?
the.
He does shows with Stay Puft where they rotate
Right,
between
but
their
he doesn't have
channels.
his own channel anymore, right?
Yeah, because something about Austria doing something about
Yeah,
social media or
Austria,
something like that.
Yeah, they blocked.
Yeah, so that's why he doesn't do. That's why
I
he
didn't
doesn't
know
have. Yeah, that's why he doesn't have a YouTube channel anymore, and
that is
and some other stuff. So yeah,
Carlito,
Twitter.
I'm gonna give you 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna go eat dinner.
I want to now.
Okay.
I know.
What
So
am I
Spidey,
supposed to
we
do
have
in that 2
market a
minutes? I
gift?
don't understand.
Is that how we get away with it? We market a gift and it should be fine.
Here's the best part about it, Cliff. I've actually gotten 2 prize winnings from Simple Simon in Australia. Over
Wait, dinner?
all the prize winnings he's given
Eat
away,
dinner
I've
at
won
9
2 of
p.m.?
his grand prizes.
That must have been a nightmare for him.
He knew that pretty much the odds were everyone who would win is going to be in the U.S. But like, yeah, he shipped me a statue. Where's my Thor? Here it is. He's back here. Oh, I'm hooked on my headphones. For a second.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
He sent me Thor, and then he sent me a slab as well from a local like Australian company that does.
Is that the Marvel
encapsulation.
Legends Thor?
No, this is I think the company is called. It's not Galaxy. It's starts with a G. But I got there. That's where I got the Doom as well. The same company did Doom, which is my favorite statue I got.
Yeah, Aussies don't skip shipping. That's for sure.
Good boy. This Doom statue.
Oh yeah, I like
dope.
the Doom better. Sorry.
I want to get the Wonder Woman or the Storm one. Sorry, is amazing too. I got to get the Storm one eventually. But they usually, I think they do an MSRP of like $60, but most people sell them for 50.
So since John's leaving, Simon better come on here.
Aussies don't skimp. All right, there you go.
Aussies don't skip live streams either. Let's go.
He's got the link. I did my part. I gave him the link. That's all I got. I don't collect statues though. I won the one, and then my LCS had the Doom, and I couldn't say no. If they had the Storm,
they seem to accumulate to John. John don't buy them.
They have a Rogue. They have the same company. They have a Rogue and a Gambit that I really liked, but I was like, my LCS has them, and I'm like, nope, I'm gonna wait. If they put them on sale, maybe I'll buy them. But if they get the Storm, I'm in deep weeds though. I gotta get that.
To admit on Iron Studios,
it's like her original costume, and then like she's standing in a tornado. Like there's like cool little like wind currents. Yeah, it's a cool look. I wish it was like the Punk Storm, but I know that that's not as popular a statue look.
I didn't realize there was so much controversy attached to Punk Storm. Oh my god! You know, before the Disney controversy on his last Instagram account, he has a new one. But DeMeo there. Somebody came after him because they're like, you realize the racial undertones of Mohawk Storm. He goes, I know damn well what they are, and I still give it to her for this show. And I was just like, he went on about like why it's okay to understand where it came from, but still respect that it looks cool and I want to use it.
Right. And I think there's a legacy element, and then there's also just a punk like era, 80s punk era respect as far as like the English and British invasion and stuff, as far as that look being iconic in Western culture.
Yeah, but again, because it's Storm.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. You're right.
All right, guys. I'm gonna head out.
It is 9:01. I gave Carlito an extra
12:02 for some of us.
It's there's trouble.
It's quote unquote John's dinner time.
You eat dinner at 9 p.m.
Only for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. I appreciate that.
Have a good night, guys.
St. Patty's Day, guys.
Thanks, Carlito.
Good night, John. Oh, it's just me and Jeff. Jeez.
Yeah, it's just me and you.
Simon, you need to get on here, man. Come on. Oh, it's Chris the comic vet. What's up, buddy? Dude, I need to. So, I was gonna ask them, but they had to jet. Jeff, maybe you know. How do I post a link to the chat and like pin it? So I have to go into.
Yeah, go in there, and then you can pin it with your
YouTube account or StreamYard.
You can do it with your StreamYard, but then you would have to go to your YouTube to pin it.
Sounds difficult. Sounds so difficult. So let's see here. Let's go here. Ba-dum-bum. Yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't stay for all of G-Man's stream today.
Nah, man. Sometimes those things run long and run 3 hours,
good,
and then after.
What I got to stay for, it was good.
Yeah, but like, I knew he was a big wrestling guy, so that's why I asked him how much were wrestling.
Yeah.
I really just watch it for the female wrestlers now, man. I really don't get me wrong. I'm still a fan of it, but.
Oh, there's a private chat. Okay, there we go. Oh, of course, Simon's too good to join. That's all right.
Don't forget, it's the future. It's already St. Patty's Day for him. So
that's true. That's why he should join. Oh, man. Sorry. Oh, is Jigs done already? No, that can't be. That can't be. Dude, I had that open like 20 minutes ago. There's no way his stream's done.
Well, I can probably copy the link from here, from my end, and then I can probably put it in the
I
chat
was
if you
gonna
want.
say I had it copied, but then I don't know what happened.
No, because when too many people show up, that thing that runs all the way up to the top, and then it doesn't
Yeah, I
doesn't
have
show
some
up.
other link and like my copy paste. I don't know what the link was for that I was talking about, but I'm used to doing like stuff on my phone, and so there's like a clipboard where you can go back to a different link. But
Yeah. Well, I can't post it on my end. It says it's failed. I see it. It says failed.
What? Wait. Are you a mod?
Yeah, I'm signed into my account because it says I only can post things if I'm signed into my YouTube account. So I did.
Okay, gotcha. You're a mod on my channel, though, right?
I'm not sure. I'll check right now to see. I'll do it right now
If
and
not,
see what happens.
I'll make you one right now.
Yeah. Let's see if I can do that right now. I'll type something, say hi, and see if I'm a mod or not. Nope, not a mod.
What in the fudge? Honestly, I don't think I actually even have any on this channel, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to.
And probably when you make me a mod, and whenever you repost it in the chat, I can probably just send it to the top. I probably can pin it after that. So.
There we go. Add as moderator.
Okay. All right. And then let's see.
Be a mod now.
Yep. Let's see. Well, I'll put hi again and see if it's a blue wrench. Nope, it's not a blue wrench.
Wait, okay, it just clicked up after you sent the other message.
Okay.
There's a little lag, so you should be good now.
All right.
Sweet.
Yeah. It says yeah. I'm. All right. So I can mod the. Okay. Gotcha. So now I probably can pin stuff, and I probably can remove people now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do all kinds of stuff. I can probably pin it now.
I'm not popular enough to get any trolls or people to be removed, so you're good.
Yeah. Yeah, but man, well, we didn't do much. We didn't do much on the show. Just talked about wrestling, talked about books,
Yeah,
and
when I
nothing
left
else.
off, what were they talking about?
Oh yeah, favorite movies or something, or
no,
yeah.
it was actually still in the wrestling phase when I left. But
yeah, they were talking. Yeah, they were just talking about a bunch of wrestlers they liked and stuff like that. That's what was mostly it. Wasn't too bad.
Have you talked or hung out with Frazetta lately?
I talked to her a couple of days ago, and she sent in one of the sweaters my way.
Cool.
Yep. Yeah. I thought, yeah.
Yeah,
we always talk every once in a while. So.
Yeah, I figured. She got anything new coming up?
Just what is it? Just that sweater, and then it looks like there's gonna be a bunch of merch dropping soon. Nice. A bunch of merch on her end, so that's gonna be cool. Right on. And then my birthday's in 3 weeks. It's in April on the 6th on Saturday, so that's gonna be cool.
6th on a Saturday, April 6th. Okay.
Yep.
And
so I'm gonna be on 25? Roberts. I'm gonna be all over the place.
25.
No, 38. Almost 40. 2 more years.
Get out of here.
Yeah, 2 more
25. Years. Still younger than me. Definitely younger than Robert.
Yeah, but it's just cool to have have you guys just as friends and stuff like that, man. Just older, older people, older, and learn from you guys sometimes, from collecting wise.
Oh yeah. No, like I learn more from actually you guys than I don't really add anything. I just kind of hang out.
Yeah.
I haven't bought any new comics in maybe almost 2 years, maybe.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I haven't. I bought I buy new stuff, but it's mostly the Vampy stuff. But I haven't bought like new DC or Marvel, any of that stuff. I read indie and then I read the vampy stuff because I like the vampy stuff. The Caprice run I like, but there were certain runs I didn't like that stuff. But I know I'm gonna probably end up doing more videos. It's just figuring out how I'm gonna do it and editing part. So yeah.
Yeah.
Because I learned a bunch of stuff about the older covers, the Warren cover. So that's some stuff coming out, So there's gonna be a bunch of stuff coming. It's just figuring out how I'm gonna shoot some of this stuff.
I definitely hear you on that.
That's the fun part of it, just to figure out how I'm gonna shoot it. Oh, well, yeah, I can shoot it this way, but it might end up this way.
Oh yeah, Jigs didn't even go for 2 hours. Damn, I'm going longer than him.
Well, yeah, but don't forget he went for freaking like 4 to 6 last time.
I'm not gonna forget because I was there for like half of that last night.
Yeah, so
that was crazy.
Yeah, he went to 4 to 6. Yeah, 4 to 6 hours on the other end, and now he went for 2. So
I wonder, is Chris still here? Comic Vet, leave a comment yourself, Carlito.
Let's see. Well, we can write in
okay.
in the chat to see if he's here.
You can pin by clicking. Oh, so I can pin by clicking on after I leave it.
Right.
I left it earlier, so pin message.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. There we go. Boom. It's right there.
Yep.
Thank you, Chris.
Oh, yep. There you go. Yeah. You pinned it, so it's up there now. So whoever else wants to join.
Because here's the thing with what I do, like I'm on StreamYard for obviously the stream.
Right. But you're on YouTube on the other end too.
Yeah, I usually open the pop-out chat for YouTube and then put it in the corner. Because the StreamYard chat is like behind.
It's super behind. I know how it goes. Yeah, that thing.
But yeah. And the YouTube
it's super laggy, I know.
Pretty
but they need to fix that part, man. It's been like that since day one, since they had it.
Yeah. It hasn't changed, and yeah.
No. They need to figure out how to actually make it go at the same time as the YouTube one goes. Because the YouTube one might pop up and then like 3 hours,
right.
3 minutes later, then it pop up on the other end.
Yeah, I want to talk to Chris. I had a couple good cigars on Friday. I usually only have one a month, but I have a new boss.
Somehow you ended up with 3 this month.
I have a new boss. I have a new boss, and he's kind of a POS, so he's made me a little bit stressed. And yeah, so I've been going like every week for the last 3 weeks, and I had 2 this past Friday. Actually, I had 2.
No, trust me, man. I know bosses like that too. I used to have one, and now she's working under us, so it's pretty funny.
Yeah, I won't throw him under the bus yet, but once he, yeah.
Well, we didn't really throw her under the bus. They asked us the honest opinion why everything is failing, and we told them why, and and that happened. So.
And it's like, we've had 9 out of 10 people quit over the last year.
Right.
And it's because of him.
Right.
So, and I would say at least 60% of those people were really good workers, good people.
Right.
So it's like, it's not them. It's easy to say, oh, well, they just, didn't want to work. No, it's because of him. So.
Yeah. Same thing on our end.
Good news is the head guy knows, and like, yeah, he's kind of under pressure right now, but still, I'm just trying to keep my head down and get through
same.
the week.
That's same thing on my end, right? Yeah, and this time I changed it around, and yeah, our boss has changed around, and I like this guy way better.
Yeah, it sucks because the guy that took over like right before, they like changed structures, and then this new guy came over and took over me.
Right.
That guy was awesome, and I would love to work for him until I retire.
Right.
But then they're like, "Oh, well, you're gonna go work for this guy now," and I'm like, "Oh, great."
Yeah.
Because I knew that he already had issues, and like for the last couple of years, he had problems with me, which I don't know why, but it's neither here nor there. But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But we all had those type of bosses.
Yeah,
everybody's
got them, so it's just like, well, I can't really do anything about it. I just gotta Keep
Yeah, as long as you're still
going.
getting a paycheck, that's all that really counts, man. Now, as long as you're
True.
getting still money wise, that's all that really counts, really.
Very true.
Yeah. As long as you can
Oh,
still get food, get cigars, get booze.
yep.
That's all.
Pay rent.
Yeah, pay rent. Yeah. As long as you can do all that, it's good. Just keep your head down. That's like you've been doing.
Well, Jeff, I think
If you call it, you call it, man.
I'm calling it.
I
I mean,
understand that.
I normally I would not call it this early, but dude, it's almost 2 hour mark actually, so that's not that early.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm kind of lagging. I think I'm gonna hit the
Yeah.
early. But thank
Yep.
you, dude. Thank you for
Yeah.
stopping by. Like,
Of course.
awesome.
I
Hey,
was in
Oregon,
the, I
Oregon
was,
wine. What's up?
yeah, I wasn't doing anything much, so I'm gonna let me hop on real quick.
Hell yeah, buddy.
Yep.
I appreciate it. I'm gonna try to get on G-Man's next Saturday because I think by then I'm on vacation this whole next week.
Yeah.
So by
And then
then I
I'm
should be.
and then from there it's gonna be 2 weeks before my birthday by next weekend.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to. Yeah. We'll figure something out. But
Yeah, we'll figure something out. I know I'm gonna be hanging out with the guys during the day, so nighttime I don't think I got anything going on. So I may do a birthday stream or something. Oh well,
sweet.
maybe.
Dude, if you do, I want to be there. Invite me, please.
Yeah, I will.
Be awesome.
I will.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right.
And everybody have a good night. Happy St. Patrick's Day weekend. Till next time.
Yep. See you guys later.